Hello, hello. Give me a second here. I'm trying to make sure I pull something up. I guess I can't pull it up. That's fine. Whatever. What's up? What's up? Give me a second to announce this and everything as well. Did I misspell forces? Phantom Frosses. Yeah, that'll really do it for me, huh? Oops. All right, hold up. Let me announce this in my Discord and stuff real quick. Everyone. Oh, why does it not link with the new thumbnail? All right, hold on. I'll just manually post it. Whatever. All right, hello. Hello, hello. What am I gonna do with YouTube now? So look, there's a lot of ways this can go, right? Primarily first things first is it really depends. So like obviously I'm not the most active on YouTube right now anyways. Yeah, I just updated it to I just corrected the spelling of Phantom Forces. It'll fix. So look, I'm not the most active on YouTube, right? So this doesn't impact me all that much. I kind of just show up on YouTube whenever I want at this point. The gist of it is though that it's really going to come down to how decisions are made, and what change actually happens. And I'm hoping that people come in with questions because trying to spitball all this is going to be kind of difficult. Mr. Urchin, Joko, what's up, guys? Yeah, it's gonna be kind of difficult. I will say, just for anyone here, I'm not here to like harass, or I'm not gonna let people spam like stupid stuff and everything. If like people have questions, I can answer a lot of them. If people have concerns, I can talk about them. But this is no way, shape, or form meant to be like a witch hunting stream or going after certain people or anything like that. But I think that there needs to be a bit of a logical breakdown on a lot of things. Something not as passion filled, right? Something not as hyped up as some of the videos are and everything. Not that I blame them for being that way, but I'm hoping I can get some sort of like actual discussion going where it's not just emotions flaring and everything, rather than some other stuff. Am I gonna play Phantom Forces? No, not right now. I think that would not be my best idea. That's insane, Toto. I don't know which one of my friends you are, but that's crazy. How hard is it to not talk to kids? Apparently difficult, man. Apparently difficult. You would think that it would not be so hard, but would you like PF to be bought by, or just delete the game? Okay, that is when a stream is done, it will be on my channel. Yeah. I'm not worried about like anything I say here, like biting me in the butt or something. I don't care. Would you like for PF to be bought by blank or just delete the game? So Sparky, let's start there, man. And I have to be careful what I say because of YouTube, not really because of like I'm worried about anything like retaliation wise. Just off YouTube, I have to be a little bit careful with how I phrase things. The truth of the matter is the actual development team is not what you're labeling them as. And it's a really inappropriate way to label things, right? The development team themselves are not the label what you guys are giving them. That's just not true. Band panel got leaked. That I don't know. That means like nothing in the grand scheme of things. If you have a question I don't care about that. Thank you, James. Thank you. I'm glad you have your priorities here. Yeah, no, the actual developers are not that. What in the world are my thoughts? So look, I'm not gonna go crazy. Like, I'm not gonna make a video and like add fuel to the fires. What I mean. The ban panel? Are you talking about like their ban panel to ban players? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about something different? Because if you're talking about the Stylis mod panel to ban players, who cares? If you're talking about something different, then like, yeah. The website, yeah, like why that literally just, I don't know. With everything currently going on, seeing how mods can ban people literally just means nothing. Website URL, yeah, but they could just lock it down or take it offline or anything like that. Like there's permissions set up for that. The website URL being linked really is not an issue. This has been, yeah, it has been leaked before. Like it's nothing new. Yeah, you're right. People having dislike for the devs, things have obviously become a lot worse because of that. Okay, so let me try to get back to the one I was just talking to. Yeah, it's just a login website, like whatever. Let me break down. You guys might have to repeat your questions. Let me try to tackle one by one though. I guess Urchin, yeah. Urchin, there's a lot to that. So I'm going to skip yours because that kind of breaks down everything. Let me try to find like specific topics to go at. What is happening? There was a huge exposed video. Someone said, where was it? Was I shocked to find out about this? No, not at all. I've been aware of a lot of this for a very long time. A lot of this stuff is already public. Like none of this is really new, is the thing. A lot of this stuff has happened over the years. None of this is necessarily new. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera to like the right spot and just not saying. None of this is new. None of this is something that most people don't know about if you've been heavily involved in the community. Most of this is not a surprise to come out in such a fiery way. Exposed videos like this have already happened. Excuse me. Many times these have happened. This is not the first one. I would say this is definitely the most popular one. This is definitely the one to gain the most traction. There has been multiple videos made about certain situations that were addressed in in Strider's video. So this is not the first one. This is not a surprise. Correct, Dracorian. Yes. The videos have been about one situation at a time rather than grouping them up and really kind of showing the depth that all this goes, where that's most problematic. I'm surprised Mar didn't get talked about in that video. He was talked about in the video. Mar was talked about. Live chat doesn't work. Yeah, I know that it's broken. Just ignore it. I'm sorry. Dolorosa, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Do you think Strider went too far by accusing the devs of rehiring Willow via Sid 9? Yes and no. I think how he phrased it, I think how he went about discussing that topic was inappropriate. Inappropriate in the way, not by doing it, but how he addressed it, right? There is, in my personal opinion, no concrete evidence that Sid 9 is Willow. The Sid 9 Roblox account was made years ago. This is not a new account. The Discord account was made at a really suspicious time. So while I am still, I'm perfectly okay with him being suspicious of it. I perfectly understand anyone being suspicious of it, myself included. But there really was no concrete evidence that they are that person, and how it was phrased was very accusatory rather than suspicious, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's just how he said it and how he phrased the intention of it, I think was wrong. I don't think he was wrong to address it, though. 100%. Do you have any concerns about addressing this? Like after what happened with Strider, don't you want to avoid getting wrapped into it too? I have no concerns about it. No. Truth of the matter is, I don't care if there was action taken against me. I'm not coming in fiery. Like I'm not here to add on accusations or, I guess, stir the pot in a way. I think that a lot of what has come out so far is very emotionally driven, as it should be. Very passionate, as it should be. But I don't think that some logical takes were done in the right way. And this isn't even like to put down Strider, because a lot of people make this mistake. And let's start here. I don't have any issues with Strider. I don't have any issues with the video. I don't have any issues with all this coming out. I support it. It had to happen, whatever. I have some issues as someone who's done content creation for a long time. There's a level of responsibility that you have in the things you say. And while I don't disagree with how things were done because of the emotion, because of the passion behind it, I would like to offer, in my opinion, a more leveled view on some things. And people could just not care about what I say, which is perfectly fine. So you as an adult, is it hard to not talk to kids in a certain way? No, it's not difficult. Look, let's not glaze over anything here, right? The people who committed those acts are 100% wrong, right? Like they should not be around. They have issues. They are a problematic person. They are a danger to others. Period. That's not in question. That's not in question at all. The issue being how these things have been handled. And I think this needs to be addressed. I think this is one of the main topics that I feel is being missed pretty heavily. Let's start here. The developers are 100% wrong. The developers had a level of responsibility that they did not hold up to. They had a duty to be involved in their community in which they were not. And a lot of these issues went on without their involvement, which if they had involved themselves, maybe things would have not gotten to this point. However, the staff team is at blame. It all still falls on the developer's head, right? Like, no matter what, the dev team is at the top. It all falls on them. But let's break it down to the staff team. The staff team has been laughable. They have been useless. They have been a joke for many years. They have not done their job. They are, quote unquote, too busy for a volunteer position. If you're busy, just stop. They have swept things under the rug. I personally have reported things and been backlashed and told to be quiet about it. Personally. This happened years ago, but I personally have reported someone and been told to... Hi, Marcel. Sorry, he gets fired up when I get fired up. I personally have reported something and been told not to talk about it or else I will be punished for it. Not by the developers, by the staff team in power at that time. Marcel, you got to understand, baby. We're talking about things. I've also been shut down after bringing things to Mod's attention, including being muted. Agreed, Draconian. Yes, that is a big thing. Wait, which is I personally am just surprised that it took so long for all this to blow back up. Agreed. Yeah, I feel as though this should have probably came sooner or would have came sooner. I don't like how things were swept under the rug many times. Blank, that is the big thing. That is the really big thing. Hold on, Blank, let me get back to yours. Leo, that is just an incorrect thing. I'm not here to be on any team. Obviously, I want people protected. Lenzo, you're just wrong. The people commenting that on his account are just wrong. He said really stupid, dumb, like bad things. He's not a predator though. Like you guys are really, that's getting blown out of proportion. Was he wrong? Yes. Should he have said those things? No. Should he have some sort of punishment for it? Yes. Should he, in my opinion, and this is like a really difficult thing. So my opinion is either A, he's removed from the development team. B, he needs to stop being public facing. Period. But that's that. But he is not what y'all are accusing them. You really aged. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Leo. People are very quick to say that. Destiny, the thing does not just fall on Axis, though. It falls on the entire development team. Actively enabling... That's a tough one. Okay, so, but the developers were also actively enabling the creeps in question. They continued allowing them to work on the game and make money off it, even after the true colors were shown. Yes and no, depending on how you want to look at it. If you want to talk about certain situations, and I don't have concrete evidence to say otherwise, right? And there's only certain things I could say without leaking certain conversations that are meant to be private, so bear with me a little bit here. I have not seen concrete evidence that the developers in specific have been provided proof of someone's wrongdoings and let them stay. I have not seen concrete proof of that. So I can't fully subscribe to that. So I'm kind of in the middle on that, right? Until I see something very concrete on that, until I see something 100% on that, I can't go around saying it. Do you understand where I'm coming from with that? Hecade, there is some blame on him, yes, depending on the topic you want to talk about. Gruber, I've been very close friends with Spirals for a very long time. I'm aware of a lot of this. That's why I'm saying, again, depending on the topic, yes and no. In the situation of one of their mods, I am aware with Spirals' situation that it was handled inappropriately, yes. The ones with Hal, 100%, there is fault there, but that's on Lido, that is on the dev team, or that is on the entire dev team, that's on the entire staff team, that's on everything. So yes, in that situation, they are. And the other situations, the one that I was like primarily thinking of there, like Mar, not 100%. Yes. 100%, Drac. Fully agree. Think they should step down, but I'm still going to be playing the game, even though it's kind of annoying to fight on one map. I don't care about talking about like the game balance right now. I get where you're coming from, though. Yeah, so the Hal situation is a big one. The Hal situation was one that Spirals personally went to report. He was kind of shut down on. Spirals is another content creator really involved in the community for a long time. Spirals was shut down by development team. Spirals was shut down by the staff team. Spirals was removed from the content creator team. Spirals has been banned from the Discord. Yeah, that one was a major fumble. 100%. Yeah, so they're 100% wrong there. I will say, I love Spirals. Spirals can be difficult to work with. Spirals had a lot of things kind of built up on him over the years, but this specific situation was absolutely not a reason to remove him. So TR, here's the thing, that they should not hire weirdos and hire people who are actually not, you know. Nereus, I'll get back to your comment. You can hire people and not know who they really are, right? There's a level of understanding that needs to come in that, where you can hire someone and they turn out to be someone else. They turn out to be a bad person, right? It makes some sense. I will say, though, that quite a few of the ones exposed over the years, you could pick them out like a sore thumb, man. It was obvious that they were some weird people. And some concerns were voiced, but without concrete proof, I can't necessarily blame them for not doing anything, but it's like, man. Nereus. The Willow situation was legal in the United States at first. At first. And legality versus morality to an extent gets concerning. Now, Willow's situation, the first one reported was 18-year-old and 16-year-old. Who cares, right? Like 18 and 16, really? Whatever. But what was reported about Willow after that is when it gets bad. That's when it gets bad. No, you would not get your Robux back. If the game's not getting deleted, for one, you would not get your Robux back. That's not how it goes. No, I don't think they're going to sell off the game. Trying to sweep things under the rug. Yeah, so look, the main issue is the staff team. Like I said, the staff team just sucks. They've sucked for so long. I have said it loud and proud forever. The second ones, I don't remember specific ages, but the age gaps are much more than 18 and 16 and definitely delegated and required immediate removal. I forget the specifics. I don't want to throw out numbers or things that I'm not 100% sure on. Okay, so Gengar, I'll address this quickly again. You're talking about the Willow and Sid9 situation. At this current moment, there is no concrete proof that Sid9 is Willow. It is a very suspicious situation. It doesn't look good on paper. There is, however, no full proof that Sid9 is Willow. Am I suspicious to an extent? Yes. Do I blame anyone else for being suspicious? Absolutely not. But until there is full proof, I can't go around saying it as if it's fact. Called PF their golden goose, but it's kind of been popping out suboptimal eggs for a while. Yeah, I mean, it is. Look, Phantom Forces made a ton of money. They did really good. You know, it was a great thing for their careers. So look through the person during apps. So, okay, let's talk about this a little bit. Okay. Do you think we can trust their official statement? Not at first. No. Their statement only means as much as action. Their words don't mean anything until action. So yeah. But all right, let me quickly address the looking into people before hiring them. I will give one example. I won't name who it is because I'm not looking to witch hunt anyone. There is a moderator currently at this moment still on the staff team who had artwork of, how can I say this without YouTube getting me in trouble, who had 18 plus specific artwork as their banner on Discord. We reported it multiple times. Not me directly. But multiple people reported it as an issue. They are still on the staff team. Granted, the banner isn't there anymore, but they are still on the staff team. They had 18 plus specific artwork as their banner, and they were never removed. It has been like 4 years. They are still on the staff team. Why? Drac, I'll DM you. Again, I'm not going to acknowledge or say specifically who it is. But yeah, they're still on the staff team. It has been years. And what have the admins done? Look, I'm just going to throw it out there now. The admin team, terrible. Terrible. Like, I say the staff team as a whole, but the admin team, terrible. I will say this now. I will say, as someone, I won't leak any of the chats that have happened just out of, I'm not supposed to. We have a content creator chat for Phantom Forces, and there's obviously been a ton of discussion in there from us regarding recent situations. There has not been more than, I'd say, 5 messages from the admins in that chat over the last 48 hours. The admins haven't talked at all. Basically at all. They have taken zero responsibility. They haven't taken any sort of stance on it. They haven't said, hey, we definitely messed up. Like, we need to do better. They haven't even tried to take a genuine level of, yeah, like, this is really bad. We need to acknowledge that. We need to own up to that. Like, we haven't done our jobs. We haven't done this. We have made mistakes. Nothing. Yeah. Woke. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Agree. It's not the game. It's the Discord community. Look, the crappy thing is that the internet just kind of sucks. The internet just sucks. People are really dumb. They don't know how to handle situations. Shay done nothing wrong? No. I can't think of anything specifically Shay at this moment, but Shay is part of the developer team. Responsibility still falls onto their shoulders, no matter what. What do the content creators have taken action? A lot of people have uploaded videos, mostly to farm views off of it. After they saw Strider's video blow up, people are going to keep farming the views off of it. That's how YouTube works. Tempo, while I agree, I don't care about the content of the game right now. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. Leo, that is a very big issue as well. Yes. In my opinion, and this really shouldn't even be an opinion, but if we can take your Discord name and Google search you and find anything that a child, a teenager on this game, in this community should not be able to find, you should be removed from any public facing standing, in my opinion. Wait, 100%, yeah. The entire dev team being hands off is an issue. Some Steven does know about the drama. He doesn't want to be involved in it for obvious reasons. But all the content creators were all aware of it. No, Oscar probably won't make a response. The truth of the matter is that like there's not much to say about all of this outside of like I'm just trying to talk about things in a bit more of a rational way than as passionate filled the other videos are. As someone who likes to passionately complain, I get it. Like I don't blame anyone for being passionate and emotional and really fired up about this. I'm trying to say things in a more rational way that maybe people would sort of understand. Default, you're 100% correct, but one Google search is not digging. If someone were to Google God status, right? My name. I'm a public figure in the community. I have been for the past 6, 7, 8 years. If you were to Google my name and find some sort of inappropriate imagery that is connected to me that I personally am involved in, I should not be allowed to have a public standing in any sort of community similar to this one. 0. Hecate, no idea. No idea. It's not necessarily a Roblox issue since it's off platform, right? I wouldn't say solid nail in the coffin for things, because this is built up for a while. This feels as though the solid nail in like the final nail in the coffin for those of you who may not be as involved. That's probably it. Had these awful people at some point rather they didn't choose to talk about the situations that act on them. Yeah, so that's okay. That's the biggest issue, right? Is that like some of these situations they've not some. Basically, all of them has just been handled terribly. But again, this just really comes down to how bad the staff team is, the developers not managing how bad the staff team is, and then people still staying in power when they just don't do their job. Brother, watch the Strider video, please. You could literally go anywhere. Google Phantom Forces drama right now. You'll find it. Stop spamming. Do you think there will be a second PF coming out in the future? No, I don't think that's anything that they're working on. Why is the alert not showing up? Just Googled you. Why does it say 5'2"? Relax. All right. Like 5'10". Leave me alone.
Just Googled you. Why does it say 5 feet 2 inches?
Will I still play? Like maybe. I don't know. Like I just casually play. It's yeah. Leo, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Poke came back from his slumber to comment on Strider's video. I mean, yeah, we all saw the drama. Everyone's gonna look. Certain amount of professionalism with anyone associated with the game, especially since the Roblox game have a wide audience. Yes, there's a much higher level of professionalism expected with this community. Will this sell the game to other devs? Highly doubt it. No. I mean, look, nobody's doing full background checks. Nobody's hired per se. Like the contractors, I guess you could say, like hired. They're more like sometimes they're paid for certain things, like whatever. But staff team are definitely not. They're not paying for a background check on people. You know what I mean? How will this affect the trap market? How will this affect LeBron's legacy, Corny? That's the big thing. What about Axis? So the entire Axis situation, let's just address it real quick. I addressed it once already, but people are going to keep joining and asking. Axis specifically said really dumb things, really terrible jokes. He said a lot of stupid stuff that definitely should not be said in a Roblox Discord, but he's not what you guys are labeling him as. At least nothing shows that he like actually is, right? Saying stupid stuff like that, you don't need to agree with it. You don't need to like it. It's obviously not okay, but he's not the label you guys are giving him. That's dumb. That's illogical. It's just wrong. That's really what it is. By the way, Daniel, I appreciate the $2, man, but I'm not 5'2". Shut up. Making unbiased, making unbased accusations just to be the argument. Yeah, see, that's a big thing, is that a lot of people saying crazy stuff without any real merit behind it doesn't help the situation at all. It doesn't help. Fluorescent, all the devs are technically involved because the responsibility falls on their shoulder. As far as like things said publicly that people are up in arms about, it was just Axis at this time. Clearly on a booster seat. I'm not 5'2", dang it. What change do you think will come of this? There's a few things that need to happen. My opinion. If I was somehow in charge, this is how it would go down. Axis steps away publicly. He could still work on the game, whatever. If they want to fire him, I also don't think that's unreasonable. Axis steps away publicly from the scene. The entire staff team needs to revamp. The admins suck. They do nothing. They haven't done their job. They are not involved. They haven't even tried to take a smidge of responsibility for situations that have happened. Zero. Not even a little bit. Get rid of all of them. The entire staff team needs to be revamped. People who aren't inactive, people who aren't useless need to be put into those positions. And the dev team needs to be more involved in what's going on, or at least up to date. There's two sides to this. One, they were not kept up to date on certain things. That's a failure on the staff team. However, it's a failure on the developer team to not have people in place who they could trust to inform them on these major situations in the appropriate amount of time. It goes two ways. The developers, by and large, are and will continue to be at fault. But they need people who can handle these situations. From what Warren told me, and Jay Killer told me, they're encouraged to be egotistical and attitude abuse. I can't back that up or agree with that. I'm not sure. Do I think Strider was in the wrong for saying dislike and report the game at the end? Yes. For two reasons. When you're making an argument, or you're exposing something, or you're trying to make a point, anything outside of making those points, any aggression in an extra form starts to invalidate to a certain extent. While all of his arguments have some sort of foundation, while all of his claims have a reason to be brought up, calling for boycott or saying, dislike it or go to the Discord and say stuff is not the appropriate way to handle things, in my opinion. It's not. Whether you like it or not, it encourages people to behave in a way that's not appropriate and harass those that probably had no involvement. So, Zenkoi, yes, it is hard to get competent people into those positions. 100%. But it's not 9 years difficult, Zenkoi. It's not. It's not. I can remember stupid, really dumb admin abuse. Fun fact, my most proudest achievement, I was a Discord mod for Stylis back in like 2017, 2018, something like that. I remember admins abusing back then, and nobody cared. So why would I ever trust, why would we trust them now? Granted, different people, but they behave the same way. They do just as little work. They're just as uninvolved in any public way as they've always been. So who cares? No, I don't think they'll try to take his video down or sue him for defamation. If they wanted the video down, they could have done so already. Shouldn't dislike a game that actively covers up and support. That's just not 100% true. And again, you want your target of your anger and the issues at hand to be resolved. I don't know. It's how can I phrase this? Being upset with the game, disliking the game, sure. I don't mean, okay, so disliking the game and being upset with it and all that's no problem. Whatever. Telling people to go to the Discord and spam stuff, or telling people to go to the Discord and show their outrage, things like that. Yeah. That's where it's a little problematic. Because the issue is the community, right? It's people. People are just dumb. People went into the Discord and sent death threats to people who had zero involvement, to people who don't deserve certain blames. They're still sending death threats to people. And then a lot of these people don't even really care. They just want a reason to act like that. That's the issue. Most of these people don't actually care. They don't. They just want a reason and an excuse to act dumb. That's the problem. Axis and Alito both have separately in the staff server have talked about luring up against basis claims made against towards Sid. Yeah, I think Sid's really the least of their problems, but whatever. I think that's the least of the issues at hand, if I'm being honest. Personally, one of the first to message in the Discord when the video was posted in the content creator channel. I didn't see people commenting anything. Ooh, then you missed. It got pretty heavy there. You do not need to, nor should you believe everything I say. Lenzo, you're right. Yeah. And I don't agree with it at all. It should not be linked publicly like that. I don't think the evidence was fully deleted. I think it's all just locked down. And I don't think it was necessarily to delete evidence. I don't agree with how it was done, but I see where they come from. I don't agree with it, I guess is the simplest way for me to put it. See, like Mipasem, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your guys' names. I get where you guys are saying it's funny, but at the same point, like the claims, the title being thrown on him just isn't true that we know of. You know what I mean? Like from the evidence that was posted, the title that people are labeling him as is not the right title to be given, and that's a life ruining thing. That's where the issue comes into play. Again, he's 100% wrong, but to say he's what you guys are calling him is a little stretched. It's stretched. Is Core basically over then? Core hasn't been around, like being developed for quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, most of us stopped playing just because we got bored of certain things. Any thoughts on Axis showing off his Furry Mouse pad? That, again, he's wrong. He's wrong. He's just 100% wrong, man. It should never be involved in this community, period. What he does outside of this, again, to reiterate, if we can Google your name and find these certain things, you should not be in a public facing position at all. You should have a completely separate identity outside of that. Like if his, I guess I could say it. If his like furry stuff was a completely separate identity that nobody ever knew about, like completely, he did everything he could to avoid having that publicly. It's whatever. Like that's his life on the side of things. But since it's so public, very problematic. Very. Roblox should not allow Discord link to games that are under 13 plus. I agree. That's a very valid point. I agree. Yes. This wasn't just now. I guess I knew because I had friends that were high up in Stylis, but even the game is telling people. Yeah, I mean, some of these situations go back 2017, 2018, 2019. Like, yeah, a lot of these are, I mean, look, every community is going to have issues. This one, a little bit worse than some others, right? But it's just always been mishandled. It has never been appropriately handled in any way, shape, or form. It just hasn't. And the people in power continue to mishandle it. That's the issue. Leo, 100% agree with that. Yes. Should have two completely different things. We focused our hate on Axis because he said the most base stuff in public by far. Sure. And he's the figurehead of the community. He's going to get the most attention and hate based on the situation. Understood. Understood. The game's not KO'd. So, like, as far as the game as a whole, look, 87% of the player base isn't going to care about any of this. They're not going to care. They're just kids that hop on Roblox. They're going to play the game. But, like, you know, the outspoken community, the people that are more involved, things like that. Yeah. No, he's not innocent. Not at all. No. Nope. The right steps were not taken at all to conceal that side of his life, his private life. None of that was taken in the appropriate way. Nope. What's going to happen next? Your guess is as good as mine, man. I don't know. What now? Who knows? Like I said, they need to take major responsibility. They need to clean sweep and redo the entire structure of their staff team, or get rid of the Discord, cut off that complete side of the community. And, you know, outside of that, what is my involvement? You know, I don't have anything else to really speak on at that point. Have the CCs talked to the devs? Yes. We have a content creator chat where there's been relatively active conversation recently. Yeah. Jonas, what's going on? Thoughts on the apology? I don't think his apology was terrible. I don't think it was terrible in terms of phrasing, in terms of some things he said. I think your apology is only worth as much as your actions, right? And I think apologies are only worth anything if the right kind of consequences and, you know, change comes with it. So we could say whatever we want. We could say anything we want, and until real action comes, yeah. Toast, you can't trust AI generated checkers, stuff like that. You can't trust that at all. I could write a paper purely myself and come back like 80% AI generated. You can't trust it. Could it be? Sure. I'm not denying, but you just can't trust that. Is Sid9 Willow? We do not have any concrete evidence that they are the same person. No, we do not. So by no means will I say that they are. I don't know. I don't think anyone has concrete evidence. Thoughts on them getting a dedicated community manager? Yeah. Oh yeah. Like 6 years ago. Without a doubt, they should have had someone. But again, they've had these admins that just don't do their job. They don't know how to handle this. They aren't involved enough. Terrible. Terrible. Where can you find the apology? The announcements of Stylis Studios Discord server. If you can join it still. I don't know how locked down it is. Probably stream later today, clear some stuff. Also, the people who said the response is AI, I don't think so, but it was weirdly phrased. Yeah. I don't think it's AI. I think that just simply might be Axis. Why hasn't there been a Strider? I'll also throw mod if you want to type anything else in here just to give you a little bit more. I know you have the check mark, but just to give a little bit more pop out to your name. The apology was half-baked and there wasn't any accountability taken at all. I slightly disagree. Slightly. I don't, like I said, I don't think the apology was terrible. I don't think it was the best. Here, Drac, have at it. I don't think it was the best. I don't think it was terrible. It's hard to word yourself correctly in a level of extreme duress to that point. Oh my God, yeah. The staff, I mean, so Parallax X, has the staff team gotten worse since I was part of it? Yes and no. At times, worse, absolutely. At times, slightly better, but he was deflecting everything on Juke. Let me quickly reread so I can provide like an actual response. No, I don't think he deflected all of it. I mean, the third, like, I guess the third paragraph, second paragraph you want to call, is him saying that he failed to do his part of it. He failed to understand what was truly going on. Like, he failed as a whole in that situation. The final line of his apology? Yes. And honestly, are you talking about like if there's any evidence against him, Strider? Are you talking about that one or the line before it? Wings apparently left. Again, like, okay, like, I don't know. It doesn't change anything to me, him leaving. Look, I'll just say this. He left. Never saw him try to take an ounce of responsibility for things that have gone on. Not even a little bit. Haven't seen a single admin try to take any responsibility. The Hal situation that is in Strider's video has been going on for years. It's been reported multiple times. I've never seen anyone take responsibility. None of the admins. Not a single one. You want to talk about that you manage this team? Where's your responsibility? Haven't seen it. If anyone wants to show me him taking responsibility, I'd love to see it, because I haven't. Most of the staff are young adults / old teams. What do you expect? The people that are in charge of that, the administrators, are all 18 plus. They're all adults. None of them manage this as though they should. Look, let's also start here, because I know some idiot's going to say it. I get it's a Roblox Discord server. We're all aware. Let's ignore that part. They haven't. They're still not doing what they should be doing in this situation. Prismatic, yes. Let me touch on that. So there's a bad pattern of them not doing things till it's public knowledge. Proof to me is that staff needs cleaned house. Yes. I also want to address some certain situations were not made public to them prior to being made public to everyone. There is times that happens. It blows up extremely publicly, and then people are under the thought process that they just didn't do anything about it, which is sometimes true. But there is also times where it has blown up publicly, and then they need to act. That has happened. So, yeah. Ribbon Sim has said that he wants to talk about it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Moderation transparency reports, yeah, those were kind of just, I mean, like cool to see, but like not the transparency we need, clearly. Ape together strong. Amen. Amen. See you later, Drek. Supported Ruben before he made the exposing. That's it. I mean, yeah, they're kind of hive mind. Yeah. Yeah. I can't publicly sign off on that one, Zenkoi, but I unfortunately get where you're coming from. Oh yeah. All these. Sorry, responding to a message. Madara, on a, just to blanket term this, none of the developers are innocent, quote unquote, because responsibility falls on them to be involved in their community. Are they guilty, quote unquote, of certain things? Some of them, yes. But as a whole, they are all guilty of not being involved enough in the community when they should have been. So yes, they are not innocent because they were not involved in the ways that they should have been. They are not guilty of like certain things. Yeah, you'd have to break down kind of one by one. Did you ever get a new PC? I built this computer a few years ago, so. Yeah, it's posted in the Discord here. Am I involved? No. Look, man. There's a lot of dumb things I've done in my day, but talking to minors ain't one of them. That one's never coming out. I can promise you that much. No, I won't be upgrading my computer. I run everything just fine. I have a house to pay for now, so. Bojangles goes hog wild. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying. The development team was basically never involved, and that very heavily falls on them as responsibility. Specs my PC. Does this work? Is Nightbot in here? We'll find out. I mean, yeah, any staff member or former staff member is getting harassed pretty heavily right now. I do not have any fish. No. Are mass reporting the game group for deletion things? I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Do I think what Axis said is not that bad? Oh no, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, he's wrong. There's no argument about whether what he did was right or wrong. The issue is that like I don't know, man. There's certain ways. Cry is not 13 years old. Cry is like pretty sure Cry is an adult now. The issue is Madara, big point here. You get a gold star for this one. For the longest time, there was an admin team in-house that was hiring, they're not getting paid, but that was making moderators who were like 13 years old. 13, brother. Why did we have moderators who were 13 years old? What? Like, how? And when that was brought up as an issue, we were told basically to mind our business. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Mipasem, while that's an issue, if they're both of like legal consenting age and what they do outside of the server, it's like, is it good for a staff member doing that and they hold a position there? No. Okay, yeah, well, 15. Yeah, no, not our best. Not our best. Feel like a requirement to becoming a mod should be 18 plus. I think at the minimum 16. The minimum. You know what I mean? Like, but putting 13-year-olds as moderators? Like, come on. And that didn't happen once. It happened a few times that like 13 or 14-year-olds were made moderators. Wasn't Oscar young when he was staff? Yeah. Oscar was like 14. He was 14 years old when he was made a mod. And they knew that. Come on. Come on. Granted, that was not the developers putting people in that position. That was the administrative team who was there at that time. If you want to know the drama, Strider's YouTube channel has a video on it. Yeah, and that's another thing. So Gruber, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. The main reason, other than like the maturity level, everything like that like a 13, 14, 15-year-old shouldn't be a staff member, is that they will eventually have to deal with the situations that we're dealing with now. And someone of that age, I don't believe they're fully matured enough to understand both the severity and the details provided in that, but they're also just not in the position to handle that appropriately. They're not. They're not. So my overall take, to summarize it very quickly, because there's a lot of points. The development team is wrong because they haven't been involved. The entire staff team has been laughable for years, and developers should have made more of an effort to be involved in who they have appointed in positions of power. The staff team on the higher level, the administrative level, have done nothing for a very long time. I have been told, I guess this is me leaking a chat, sure, whatever. I've been told many times or seen many times someone asking about an admin for something and be told they're too busy. It's voluntary, damn it. The position's voluntary. If you're too busy, don't be there. Like, are you too busy when these situations come up? Don't be there. It's not that hard. I don't get it. Can exposed people be arrested? I mean, based on certain situations, technically, sure. Technically, there could be legal charges. Yes. Yeah, like if you're always busy, why are you doing a voluntary position that clearly has some serious issues that go on? Why? Like, why? Do you think that future devs and stuff, etc. will say no to getting hired by Access to this? Hired by him? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, Juke is in prison. Juke, or jail, whatever you want to call it. Juke was arrested. He has a public record for the rest of his life. Yes. How would I fix it? Like I said, Axis steps out of public light or is removed from the developer team. The entire Discord staff team is remodeled. They put people into position of administration who actually do their job, who don't suck. I'll just be blunt. They have people who are properly equipped and ready to deal with the situations that are bound to happen in this community. It sucks, but it's the truth of the matter. People suck. This will happen again. But the entire staff team needs to be revamped. The developers need to be more involved so they can't say, oh, we didn't know. It's not an excuse anymore. It never has been. It never will be. And then just real consistent steps. Period. Do you think Stylis giving second chances is right or wrong in terms of what they're doing for the past few years? Do you think us giving Stylis second chance, or do you think Stylis giving other people second chances? Can you break that down? Can you clarify for me? I feel like some devs are being spammed about it, but they ignored it and really didn't do anything wrong. At times, yeah. At times they were notified of certain things and they did not handle it. Correct. Yeah. How do they not know? Because a lot of the developers don't really look at the Discord. So them giving other people second chances? No. No. There's a level, especially in a community like this, the duty of responsibility to protect the age group, the demographic of this community, there's a requirement to not allow second chances to a certain degree. It gets to a point where you really cannot be involved with this. You just can't. If you get to a certain point, even if legality says it's okay to an extent, there's a point where it's still an uncomfortable level that they need to be removed. The game's going to stay up more than likely. It will remain, yeah. Horde Captain, $20. First of all, thank you so much. I'm done with Stylis. Waking up, my phone blowing up about the soul situation. Maybe I have to work with the ghosts of the two men that did stuff to me. Yeah. See, Horde, that's the thing, man, is that I forgot that was the alert. I'm sorry. It caught me off guard.
I'm done with Stylis. Waking up to my
it.
phone blowing up about this whole situation made me have to go to work with the ghosts of the two men that did stuff to me when I was 12. The community is just degeneracy incarnate.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, the entire situation sucks. And there's a lot of people, again, sort of reliving things that went on personally with them when they shouldn't be. It sucks that this had to be so dang public, but there really was no other course of action at this point. Prism, unfortunately, it's very common in that community. I don't wish to generalize, but we'd be lying if we said this wasn't common. Why they don't have a zero tolerance policy for anything suggestive or NSFW. A lot of staff ignoring due to friend bias or giving second chance. Yeah. Again, staff team just sucks. Period. Again, the mod who had suggestive artwork is still a mod for years. Years, damn it. Like, they still are on the staff team. They had that picture for like a year straight, and nobody ever did anything. Access messages where he would turn some comment. Ford, I've addressed the Axis situation a bunch here. Axis is 100% wrong, and basically everything that was brought up, he's wrong. Period. I don't think there's any argument about that. He's not the label that people are giving him. Excuse me, he is not the term that people are putting on him, but he is wrong. Period. Yeah, Gruber. Who would have thought? I mean, being friends with Mar, like that's kind of a gray area on how you really moderate that. But yeah, like it's still just wrong. At the end of the day, it is wrong. Period. Is Lido in the wrong? Lido is in the wrong on the Hal situation. Yeah. Lido is in the wrong on the Hal situation. Again, the developers as a whole, blanket, are all in the wrong. They were not involved when they needed to be. And Vixie, there's a list. There's a long list, man. Are you 100% done with PF now? Will you ever play or make a new video? I don't know. Because I haven't really been involved with YouTube anyways, so it's not like I'm required to be here. This truly, like, now more than ever is really just like if I want to show up kind of thing. So, do I think Rolf should buy PF? No. First of all, Rolf had Castlers on their like development team for a while. Not that he was anything like this, but that dude was a little. That dude was. Look, I had a joke, but that's inappropriate. Castlers wasn't anything like this, but cheating on Roblox games and selling unbans for IRL money and blah blah blah, and he was on the development team for a while. It's like they didn't make the best choices either. Whatever. Never understand his staff's suggestive and or NSFW artwork public while being a modder admin. Yeah, no, it's 100% not okay. 100% not okay. And they have not, they meaning the administration at the times when these people were involved have continued to ignore it. Again, since there's a lot more people here than when I originally, no, Leo, that's incorrect. They did meet at a convention. I actually spoke to Axis back then when that happened. So I can personally put words to feelings here. They did meet at that convention. Basically, like around the time that happened, I spoke to Axis about that. And Axis from that day told me he was so creeped out and just like bothered being around him. So they were not friends. They were not involved with each other in like any extra way that people think. No, they were not friends. I can personally speak to that. So Strider showing messages from a former staff said the guy left the gun balancing was on the account. That's not true. Aspect. The guy who was I guess it's all public. Willow, who was exposed and removed from contracting to do gun balancing, is not the same person as Sid9. They are not. End of story. They're not. Period. I have more screenshots of the dev song. Magic, if you have some sort of screenshots that people haven't seen, you could DM them to me, I guess. But like my DMs are open, but feel free. How do you know he wasn't just lying? I have been. That's the thing, is that like I don't have any concrete evidence myself, but there's also no evidence to show that Willow is Sid9. There's not. So by no means am I going to sit here and say that they are. There is zero evidence. I don't personally know either of them, but there is zero evidence showing that they are the same person. Zero. Until there is any evidence, I won't sit here and say that they are. The Google Doc response was mixed. And Vixie, I don't think there's like an actual list. It's just gone on for a while. What was I saying? Crap. I completely forgot. Whatever. Dead Team would be able to solve this without the game / dying / massive rework. Well, the community needs a massive rework no matter what. No matter what. Oh, the Google Doc. Yeah, the Google Doc was done. Yeah, I didn't agree with a lot of it. How Leto addressed the juke situation was incorrect. There was just holes in his explanation there. And I don't feel like the right level of accountability was taken through that Google Doc. The devs definitely knew about the malicious things, but didn't do anything. They knew about certain scenarios. Certain ones. This is going to be basically my only thing. I'm not going to make like an actual video on it. It's all good. How's my dog? He's good. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's asleep behind me. He's asleep. The future PF? I don't know. The community as a whole needs a revamp. Like if they're going to keep the Discord open, like all of that needs to be redone. Plain and simple. It's time. I'd have to see specifically what you're talking about. I would have to see specific. My dog's name is Marcel. I don't know if you guys, you probably can't. There you go. Dog break in between. It's an Australian Shepherd. Messages in Strider's vid. I sort of get where you're coming from. What kind of content will I do after this? I don't know. I kind of just show up and do whatever. YouTube is not like something that I need to continue doing or like feel the need to continue doing. So it's just kind of chilling. What would it take for me to concede that Willow and the other dude are the same people? The writing style means absolutely nothing, first of all. How two people type doesn't, that's not concrete evidence. There would need to be like real proof of them saying like, oh, we're the same, or oh, I'm going to make a new Discord account. Don't tell anyone. Like until there's real proof, and nothing matters. Draxov, that's a fair point, but it's a Roblox server still. It's still a Roblox server. Wasn't Willow on the Sid9 account once? I have never seen proof of that. No. People have said that. I've not seen proof of it. So that's where it's like kind of problematic. Oh, those aren't... Magic Ash, that's not a developer, and that person was already... Oh well. Okay. One's a contractor. Was that 100% in Stylis? Oh well, yeah, it looks like it. But one is a contractor. That's a bit problematic. The other one. The other one is a moderator that was removed long ago. Sorry. Are PF YouTubers being banned? Strider was banned more so, I think, for how he went about things. And like the calling for people to go to the Discord and things like that, rather than the exposing of the video. Are you aware that Strider lied in his video about why Spirals was banned? I don't know if lie is it or if he was misinformed. That I'm unsure of. Spirals got banned for calling out one person. Yeah. So I don't know if Strider was misinformed or I don't know his full explanation or intention behind those statements. I can't speak for him. I don't know if I'll make more PF stuff. Who knows? Yeah. So that's where I share that's my issue with hi Marcel. That's my issue with Strider's video as well. Is I think especially in a situation like that, he felt forced to get the video out because some other guy put one. And didn't structure or word some things as appropriately as he should have. Handsome. How long is this stream gonna be? I don't know. I'm just on here talking as much as I can, kind of yap out. How do you feel about the devs and mods? Will you ever talk to them again? I'm still talking to the devs and some of the mods right now. Not like this very moment, but as a whole. Look, I'm hoping for change. Look, I guess the fact of the matter is all this is already done, right? All this already happened. All this already sucks. Everything's already handled terribly. Like the damage is already done. There's no changing that. There's no denying what happened. There's no changing that it was handled terribly. There's no changing that there's a ton of issues. There is change in the future. Hopefully. There is change, hoping for things to improve and actually be done differently this time. Will they? I don't know, man. I don't know. We can hope, but like words only mean anything if action follows. This is a time thing at this point. Will time show that change will happen? Should PF be sold? No. Will I still be playing PF? I don't know. I mean, I barely play as is, right? Is that Stylis for all the updates to moving? I mean, yeah. Like, look, I get why Strider has had issues with the game and everything. I think we all understand that, right? I think everyone's on the same page that a lot of the updates and stuff have been problematic, but updates being bad is a lot different than this situation, right? Star's emotional and fairly jumbled response in regards to the allegations. I think it'd be more reasonable to assume that he's being honest and partially misinformed. Yes, I don't think his intentions were misguided. I don't think his intentions were inappropriate. Hi, Marcel. I do think that he shouldn't have rushed certain aspects of that video. But I don't think that he was wrong to make it. I don't think that he was wrong to be so passionate or emotional behind it. I just think that as a person with an audience, you have a requirement to be a little bit more constructive, especially in times like this. But I don't think he's wrong for the basis of the video. Hold on. Sorry, my dog's upset. What killed PF for me? A lot of just the dumb like balance changes and whatnot. And also I played the game for years, so. They did bring up Mar. Or are you talking about? No, wait, everyone brought up Mar. So what are you talking about? Educate me. Is a repeated friend bias cover up by staff, not the devs? You know about the opera stuff, right? I don't. Unless they've gone under a different name. I don't. Sorry. Should the casual care? I mean, technically everyone should care about this, right? In the announcement, what? I thought in the document there was talks of Mar. Let me look. I'm like 97% sure. Yeah, they meant. Wait. Yeah, they did talk about Mar in the responses, or at least in Lito's like original Google Doc response. Mar was discussed. Who's my least favorite mod? That's not something I would answer. Again, I'm not looking to witch on anyone specifically. I'm trying to give a broader, more kind of calm response to certain things. I'm hoping. So AJ, the hope is that the developers take a real step in, take the accountability and responsibility, wipe out the staff team, make serious things, serious changes and everything, go from there. Yeah, the game's gonna be active. Yeah, the game's still gonna be active. Like the player count isn't gonna just die overnight for no reason, right? Sorry, responding to messages while I'm going through this. Yeah, no, the viewers are just because the entire situation at hand. Bro might have a chance to revive. I'm not using this to revive my channel. If Penguins makes a video about this, do you think it will shed more light? I mean, obviously, right? Like he's a massive YouTuber, but my worry is things being done correctly. There's still a lot of not full statements out there. Some of them less accurate than others. And in a situation like this, accuracy is very important. Did I just say massive? What am I? What did I do wrong? That I said that Penguins is a massive YouTuber? What? I mean, a lot of the staff team have already left. So. Oh, shut up. Okay. Shut up, man. Yeah, so there's just a lot of change that needs to happen, right? And again, time will kind of tell. Must Ben. I'm gonna say this in the most politically correct way that I can. That specific community has a generalization around them for a reason. Am I obviously not everyone fits in that generalization, but it exists for very obvious reasons. So not everyone falls under that category of being those type of people, but it is very rampant in that community. Is like the most politically accurate way I could put that. I mean, dude, the game updates mean nothing right now. Like currently the game updates do not mean anything. Do you think this will backfire on someone? Who specifically? Yes, I don't believe that Lito's response was the best. I can understand what you're saying. Like Strider or Stylis? I mean, Strider's already banned from the Discord and, removed from the content creation program and all that. So I don't know how much backfiring you could really discuss. Yeah, a generalization is created from truth, but it does not encapsulate everyone. But there is truth. Yeah, Leo, I know I can say it. I'm trying not to provide people with reason to act more dumb than they already do. You know what I mean? Sid9 is not Willow. There is zero evidence to actually indicate that. There was a coincidence of the account being made after Willow leaving, and that is literally basically all. That is the end of it. There is no proof, never has been proof shown that they are the same people. Until anything says otherwise, they are not the same people. No, so Sock, I personally understand them banning Strider because of his call to action of sending people to the Discord to create a fuss regarding this. His message would have been received without making those certain calls to action. And as someone with an audience, I don't believe that's the appropriate way to do things. That's my understanding of why they would ban him. That is not the truth of it as far as I'm aware. What can I'm not doing rank 100 to 200. No. Do you think law enforcement will be initiated? I mean, Juke in the video has already gone to jail. He's on public record and everything. Sid9, to my understanding, was a mutual friend of the developers that they have known for a long time, who was brought in to do the balancing. They don't need to necessarily be involved or known in the community because technically their role doesn't need to. It should. They should be involved in the community, but technically not required. I don't know fully what Shay specifically may or may not have known. I can't put any specific blame onto him outside of being a developer and having a duty of responsibility as a figurehead. No, Leo, I'm not worried about them being bothered by it. I'm worried that if I say something, people will use that as an excuse to act dumb. So, yeah, look, we can debate the Sid9 person's qualifications to balance the game. We could debate that all day, sure, like whatever. But Sid9 and Willow are not the same people, as far as we know. Yeah, I don't blame people for being suspicious. I don't blame people for that at all. But until there's proof, I will not say that they're the same, nor will I kind of allow people to continue that. Do you think the whole staff team is in the wrong? Because looking at all this stuff, all of them are involved in a way that makes the worse. Everyone shares a certain percentage of blame based on, obviously, if they were there during the time of certain actions. The blame truly comes down to administration for mishandling it. And then the blame goes higher to the development team for not being involved in handling some of these situations as well. But In most things in life, if you are a quote unquote leader of any specific group, right? If I'm a manager at work and one of my employees messes up, if I go to my boss and I go, yeah, they're the problem, they did this all wrong, blah, 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 I should not be in my position. You go to your boss and you say, look, he messed up. It was my responsibility to ensure this didn't happen. And obviously this depends. Like if they just blatantly did something to harm, the company or the people, obviously, they get removed, whatever. But like if they made a mistake or handled something poorly, if I go to my boss and go, no, it's all his fault, blah, 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 I shouldn't be in that position. You go to your boss and you say, it was my responsibility to not allow this to happen. Clearly, they were not educated in the way that they needed to be. This responsibility falls on me to ensure that this is handled appropriately in the future. If that is not your response as someone in a leadership position, you should not be there. Oh, pro dude 100%. Yeah, nobody's arguing that that's an issue. Nobody argues that's an issue.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man?
Oh no, that's a Streamlabs. Hold on. Oh no. Hold
I
on.
feel that you need to sit down and have a beer. Cheers, mate. Just don't go talking to younglings, lol. I quit this community long ago.
Wait, who just donated that? I don't have Streamlabs open. Crap. Hold on. Let me see if I can sign in. Can you not log in with Twitter anymore? Or Twitter? YouTube? Oh, log in with YouTube. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
What's the
713
PF
Marie.
alternative, and will you keep playing PF?
They're not. That's just no. That's not true. Dude, the brain rot sounds go awesome. I want to hear it. Give me 1 second. I want to find out what that other donation was, just so I can address it. Maybe it'll load. PF alternative. Will I keep playing PF? I don't know. Maybe I'll keep playing PF. Alternative being, I don't really know. I don't really play Roblox much. Like the only games I really play outside of Roblox right now is like some World of Warcraft, some Apex Legends, some Marvel Rivals. Like that's kind of all I'm doing right now. But I appreciate $2, and Tris, appreciate the 5. Feel that you need to sit down and have a beer. Cheers, mate. Just so. Yeah, I don't blame you for quitting the community. I don't drink, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Are you communicating with other YouTubers to help get the situation more known? If so, by who? Not necessarily make it more known. Look, the situation's very known. The problems at hand are out there. Trust me. I don't think I need any more involvement in spreading what is going on. I'm here just to kind of offer my takes on it. I don't need to view farm off of it, right? Like the information's already out there. I'm doing a stream because I feel as though I can give a live perspective to things. I don't need to like actively view farm it. Bad Business and Deadline. Yeah, not terrible ones. You tried Marvel Rivals? Yeah, I grinded for like 2 days, got up to Diamond, and then I kind of like play here or there. They won't sell their game to another studio, but the community management hopefully will be fully replaced. Yes. They didn't delete the Discord. It's still here. I think the invites and everything are currently locked down. I mean, another studio could take over the game, but I don't see that happening. No. Did I play Helldivers? No. What do you think about the future of PF or overall Stylis itself? It depends on how they handle this. It depends. I think I'll just be switching Deadline. That's fair. That's fair. Did he get muted? No way. All right. Horde Captain again. Thank you so much for 20, man. The degeneracy isn't just the devs, the mods, high ranks, we abuse, furries, or influencers. It's everyone. I'm not going to say lightly, but everyone that's played at least a part to add this community's degeneracy. Nah, that's a bit of a broad stroke. I get where you're coming from, but a bit of a broad stroke. I get it. I did see Axis's most recent statement, which does concern me. Their management does need to be replaced heavily. really bad. It would be very concerning for me, truthfully, if basically all positions of higher power are not replaced. My opinion. I think that's the incorrect way to go about it. I think it needs to be a full wipe. Nice to see you too, Alex. I remember your name. What's up? Axis's announcement basically was some of our higher staff members critical to this process are at work and will be able to get back in several hours. That's like the specific point I think we're talking about, is that several of the higher staff members are still doing things. I don't think the higher staff members have done their job all that great over the years, but whatever. What do I know? Excuse me. No, Axis, in my opinion, truthfully, I think the Axis has been the only one to take any public level of accountability yet. I think he has been the only one so far to take any level of public accountability yet. Truthfully. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the only one. I don't feel as though Leto's announcement took real accountability. Yeah, it was very much on the defense, which I get. I don't think Axis is acting like he didn't do anything. It's hard to explain. It's not that I'm necessarily friends with Axis or close with him in any way, but I've talked to him enough to sort of understand how he talks as a person. I don't think that any of the responses so far have been fantastic, but I don't think that he has just fully ignored it or hasn't taken any accountability at all. Yeah, I can agree with you there, Rotor. I can agree. The game died when they decided to remove it. It's okay. I don't think sniper updates are what we need to discuss right now. I don't think he's ignoring it. Again, I just don't think the responses have been fantastic. But I will say that I personally feel as though Axis is the only one so far to have taken any, and this is kind of a broad, specific, any level of like public accountability for it. Saying that I failed, I made mistakes, I should have done better. I think he's really the only one to publicly say that. Now, am I saying his entire response is great? Not necessarily. But that's a step in the right direction. That's something, you know what I mean? What do I do off stream? I work out, I play with my dog, I play a little bit of Apex and Marvel Rivals and some World of Warcraft, and that's about it. Like my entire life right now. What's your take on PF devs turning PF into a gun simulator? I mean, the game's updates are silly, but am I going to still play PF after all this? I don't know. I'm not sure. Did the bare minimum? He did more than others so far. Not to say that like it's great, but he's done more than the others. One of them is getting off scot-free because they go under a different name now, is active in the live stream / social media. Who? Who do you mean, Raven? Who do you mean? That's the Apex stream. What do you think about the state of Apex? Some of the updates, like the most recent patch, was a bit a little silly, but I honestly kind of enjoy the game right now. Sid 9 is not Willow for like the 30th time. Oh, Wolf Dogs isn't active in our community. He's been fully gone from our community. People wanting to continue their hunt on him elsewhere is, not my responsibility, but I agree. I think there's definitely more a lot more accountability and, you know, consequences that should have came from that. Wolf dogs sent inappropriate things to someone underage. To summarize, more information in Strider's video. Appreciate you and Vixie. Thank you for being here. Yes, 100% handy. Lito's document, I agree, was defensive as the general feel of it. And is not what was needed at this time. This was not a concept of right or wrong or a discussion of whether they were right or wrong, because there's too much to show that they were wrong, right? Sure, certain things I understood where he came and had like certain things to say, and certain defensiveness was completely warranted, but the statement and the feel of the document should have been much more resolution focused, much more, I guess resolution focus might be my best way of phrasing it, but much more planned action than who's right and who's wrong. First time you've ever seen my face? I've always, well, not always, but streamed with it for many, many years. Yeah. A full-time skibbity toilet YouTuber. Thanks, man. I'll get right on that. Yeah, defending yourself is trying to justify a point of action most times. And like I said, certain defenses in that document were 100% warranted and needed. But the general tone of the document should not have been defensive. It should have been problem solving. It should have been resolution focused. It should have been focused around what we can do to make positive change in the future. Does Energy Assault compare to PF? No. Energy Assault, much simpler, much less developed game, but it's like, it's something cool you play every now and then. Yeah, look, I can't blame anyone for quitting the game. I say like maybe I'll play PF in the future. Look, if there isn't like serious change, then I definitely can't publicly support it, right? But no, like if there is serious change and there is serious things that should be going on and like changes do happen. Okay, that's cool, Chrome. You could just crash, whatever. I don't want to see my stream anyways. Yeah, if like real change happens, then sure, but we'll see. Opera retired? What is it? Oh, yeah, that is a name I understand more than the one you're getting. Yeah. The fact that they were still on the team for a time. Again, another person that is like, again, another situation where the admins are not doing their job. You know what I mean? What will happen to Raspy? I don't know. Raspy of all people is like not tied to this in the slightest. Raspy is like the least tied to this that anyone could be. At least, you know, from what I've seen. Who saw what I was talking about? Do you think this comes as ignorance? It's not. So the excuse of ignorance is okay once or twice. And I say that as they weren't originally involved in the community. Speaking of the developers or speaking of any situation, ignorance works as an excuse once or twice. Ignorance no longer works as an excuse the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th time. That excuse goes out the window. No, the admins flat out have not done their job in situations. Flat out. They could replace a developer. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. The PF Skins response was also terrible. Him saying something along the lines, I don't have the direct quote here, of like, oh, maybe it was eventually brought up to us, but we went and like we had other priorities like bug fixes. First of all, when all this went down, the bugs that existed for the game didn't get fixed for like 4 years. So the bug fixes were not priority over removing those people's assets from the game. Let's start there. Yeah, no, that response was horrible. Oh my God. Wow. Terrible. Terrible. Again, this is like, I don't know. I feel as though some of these responses should not be as difficult as they are. They could, yes. At the bare minimum, yes, they could have. Bare minimum, yes, they could have replaced that texture. No. Any map made by Wolf Dogs who was exposed for his situation should have been removed. Any asset should not belong in the game. Yes, Swag, I'm very aware of it. Yep. First of all, he was always a little weirdo, annoying person, so it doesn't surprise me in the slightest. But yes, I am aware of all that. No, Leo, I don't. I don't fully know the background of what that is, but no. I always felt that as though it was weird. He made Blizzard and he made Jungle. I always found that little cat girl iron sight being in the game was just weird. Gruber, I think that becomes, I don't know if this is a hot take, an asset that like they may have made but has absolutely zero ties to them as a person, like nobody would ever know, I think kind of fits a gray area. I don't agree with it, but it's kind of, hey Obar, yeah, it is crazy. No. I mean, look, people are angry about updates, period. The anger of these situations has nothing to do with the movement. For anyone that isn't, like, extremely immature and childish. He got exposed again a few months ago? Shocker. Shocker. Yeah, no, I don't believe it should be in the game. 1, it doesn't fit Phantom Forces. 2, I just don't think it's appropriate. I don't find it to be appropriate. Could they have not have removed the assets, remodeled them, or revamped them? No. In a situation like that, there's way too strong of a tie to that person for making that. I don't believe as though there should be any tie to them in the game. Especially when like people were very aware that it was tied to them, right? Speak for the trees. You can watch Strider's video. There's a whole bunch of stuff. M850i and a 1LE this year? You're getting both? Ooh. Oscar's channel names was just changed. Here's the specs of the PC. Yeah. No, revamping those maps, definitely not. If you're talking about like someone made a tree for the game, right? Nobody knows that person made the tree and they get exposed for being bad. I find that to be a little bit of a gray area. Like, should we remove it? Sure. But is that as bad as like, oh, they made the entire map. They were very publicly about making that map and everything about that map was tied to them. That's an issue. Yeah. Yeah. Anything that could be, anything that could be tied in that way, I think should be removed. Yeah, like I said, Strider definitely rushed his video out. I wish it was done in a more constructive way. I wish it was paced a little bit better, and I wish it was overall he took a little bit more time on it. But the general point of his video and the stance that he has taken still was very much necessary. Still was done with the right intentions. Strider talked about it, and a few other YouTubers have uploaded videos kind of bandwagoning off the views of it. As expected. I guess you could say I'm bandwagoning off the views for the stream, but yeah, Mal, it would 100% just be referenced at that point. Yeah. I have spoken to a few of the developers. I've spoken to a lot of the staff members. I've spoken to all the content creators. Yeah. there's of course been a lot of discussion going on. I'm not sure if Spirals is making a video on the topic. I will not confirm because I don't know. I mean, look, 92, this isn't out of nowhere for most people. If you've been heavily involved with the community, most of us knew about all this stuff. This is the first time it's just been really public, like 100,000 view public. There's been multiple exposed videos made. A lot of these situations have been very public before. This is the first time that a lot of it's become like super in the light. Not true. Digging stuff up from years ago is not stupid. Not at all. Wrongdoing, regardless of time, should be accountable. Just because something happened, like if they were to talk to a minor 4 years ago, doesn't matter that it's been 4 years. Wrongdoing needs to be accounted for. Yeah, a lot of people are going to try to just leech onto it when they really don't know the full situation of things. Yeah, no, 13, we've talked about it quite a few times. A lot of basically everything that Axis did was just wrong. That's it. A lot of it was just flat out wrong, right? Like there is accountability to be had there. Yeezing, if all you get from these videos is that he's trying to make money and squeeze videos out for money, you are very immature in this topic. Very. That is a terrible take, dude. Terrible. But I've not kept up with anything that happened. We got feeling fishy things were afoot, but I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be relatively, like, pretty involved. What do you think of the defense in regards to the edgy jokes? This was a pink lemonade from Bojangles. Okay. Yeah, Yeezing, I can't say that without leaking. Respectfully, some of the staff are really immature. Respectfully. That's as polite as I could be. What was I going to say? Oh, the defense to the edgy jokes. Yeah, look, I'm going to say this and people are going to take this the wrong way, and I'm probably going to get crap for it. There is a time and place for jokes. You don't go to a comedy show and get upset at a joke. However, Stylis Studios Roblox Discord server is not a comedy show. The end. The end. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the end of it. There's a time and place where things can be joked about, whether you like them or not. People joke about dark things. People joke about things as a trauma defense, as a way to deal with things. You don't need to like it. But Roblox Discord servers are not a comedy show. It is not a private conversation with friends who understand that this is a joke. That's all I'll leave it at. Stylis Studios Discord is a comedy show. That's fair. But you get my point. You get my point. Very short summary. Multiple people were exposed for talking to children in inappropriate ways. The staff teams at the times of those events did not handle the reports or the removal of those people or the action taken in the appropriate ways. They did not make announcements in ways that they should have. And the development team has not been as involved as they should have when stepping in to help handle these situations. Is as generic of a summary as I can give you. I mean, look, they can regain trust over time. There is a redemption arc that is possible. Very difficult, long time to make that happen. The Discord was locked down when the video went out because people came in spamming death threats and harassing people. That's that. New test plays video. That's awesome. Yeah, look, there is a redemption arc because the issues at hand weren't that the development team were predators. It wasn't that the development team was doing those acts. How they handled things, very inappropriate, and there's big issues, but there is a redemption arc to an extent, a very difficult one, but it could exist. Surprisingly laid back when talking in the server room, very professional in the background. Yeah, I mean, that laid backness has caused many issues. I mean, Gruber, I can understand where you're coming from. Yeah. You have to get rid of all of them? All of who? Yeah, that's the issue, is that people are mislabeling certain things, and they are using the video as an excuse to act dumb, essentially. Percentage chance of devs actually replacing the people that need to be replaced? I really can't say, man. I hope that change comes. I do, but a lot of promises and things have been said in the past that have not come to be. Yeah, again, Derlefa, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Once again, and I'll say this 100 times, and I'll tell it to them, the admin team has been a joke for the past 8 years. A joke of a team. Period. They can't even put out a statement half decent enough when issues go down. Period. Plain and simple. I mean, yeah, the people are going to continue to act dumb. That's not going to change. But there's certain things that they can go about trying. Oh yeah, I'm sure most of the staff agree with. Hello, handsome. I'm sure people want to disagree with it, but yeah, the admin team sucks. You guys don't got to say it. I'll say it for you. The admin team sucks. Plain and simple. Always have. Again, back when I was a Discord mod for Stylis 7 years ago, 6 years ago, hi, handsome. They sucked then. They abused certain things back then. They have always sucked and continue to. We have complained about this for 8 years. This is Marcel. He says hi. He gets fired up when I'm talking loud. He's an Australian Shepherd. No, you're good. You're not worried, man. The chats were disabled on Discord because people are coming in just to spam death threats and act a fool. That's why the chats are currently disabled. Or at least that's why I hope. Maybe there's a dumber reason behind it. But why aren't I a head mod? Luminary. That's insane. Am I Australian? No. No. The admin team being trash isn't an excuse. I'm just pointing out what other people don't want to say. Hasn't this stuff of non-normal desires and awful addictions leading to awful actions in a website for kids gotten a little too sickening? I mean, yeah, but that's unfortunately these things will become more and more popular the more and more internet becomes popular. You know what I mean? Terrible people have access to people that they shouldn't have. I'm not bringing out Marcel. Bro just jumps up on me. take on them banning people to use third-party Discord clients. That was a crazy dumb decision. Hi, handsome. That was a really dumb thing. Really dumb. To say, oh, your third-party Discord client that could see that we're in a call is bannable. Stupid. Stupid. Is bro balding? Yeah, my hair's thinning. Genetically disposed to it or whatever. And then I take testosterone as well, which speeds up the process. What was their process like to hire and get moderators? I think it's usually like an application, then like a little interview, and that's it. We always banned for that? Yeah, but how? This is one in this situation that just shouldn't even be a concern. Like, who cares that they see people in the call? Who cares? What does seeing people in the call have to do with anything? You know what I mean? Like, I get that it's against TOS, but you making that making that publicly known in that moment is doing nothing more than adding to the fire. Once again, that is a failure on leadership perspective. Nobody cares that we could see you in a call at that point. You don't make it publicly known and instigate issues at that time. I take testosterone because I was diagnosed with low testosterone, is why I take it now. Yeah, you don't add fuel to that fire. You don't open up those doors and cause issues. Axis got doxxed, but Axis getting doxxed wasn't because someone had a third-party client that could see the developers and the staff members in a VC. Again, that was a full failure on leadership on how to handle that circumstance. Period. It's Spezzy staff chat for him posting. Yeah, that was a full failure on leadership. Plain and simple. In that moment, them having access to seeing who was in that call meant literally nothing to the situation at hand. It did not need to be discussed. It did not need to be moderated at that time. It had zero consequence to what was going on. There's not a specific leadership person, just as a whole. Do you think all the devs are good people? I don't know how to necessarily answer that. I don't know any of the developers on a personal level. I can't say they're bad people. Can't say they're good people. I don't have any of them as like a personal friend. You know what I mean? I don't really have acne. I have acne on like my shoulders and back now, but I don't really get face acne much or anything, so I don't really worry about it. Bomb, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It would not surprise me either which way. I probably won't be making content on the game. Granted, I don't really do it much anyways, but yes. The on trend? No. I take testosterone. But no, yeah, these actions, like action should have been taken years ago. Like this is not the first time this has happened. It's not the second time. It's not the 10th time. Action should have been taken very long ago. The developers should have had a much larger standpoint to really enforce having good leadership in the community at that point. Yeah, this definitely should have been taken care of a long time ago. Sunrest, I have no idea, man. I like barely upload now. I just chill. I work, I relax, I work out, I go to sleep. Like, not much goes on. Whose bio is really concerning? No, Taj, I don't. AJ, I get where you're coming from. But Axis hasn't, he's not like a server mod, you know what I mean? But I do get where you're coming from. Stylis has not allowed, like the invites and stuff are turned off for the server at this time. That is a decision that they made. I cannot buy a ZR1 right now. I do not make that much money. Like I afford my car, my house, and like my basics, and there's not crazy money left over like I used to have. Do you still think old PF YouTubers talk to the old PF YouTubers? No. Not like the old ones. The only like PF YouTubers I talk to is like Spirals and Oscar on like a somewhat normal basis. Invites were reopened. Are they open again or no? I know they were a little bit yesterday. Not sure. Gruber, I'll touch on that. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to say this politely. Lido, on multiple occasions, his responses to situations have been more self-indicative and inappropriate in the sense of level of responsibility. Might be the best way I could politely put that. His responses have not always lived up to the requirement of urgency, to the requirement of expectation. Might be the best way I could put that. I don't plan on uploading a video on this. I'm just kind of live talking about stuff as people come in and ask. Must Ben, Juke and Axis were never really friends. Juke was someone that latched onto everyone he could for attention. He did it to me as well. He did it to every YouTuber. He was not friends with like 99% of us. He just forced his way into try to talking to everyone. Sure, I can understand your point there. Is it Dr. Camille or something? I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I can understand what you're saying, but his initiative once again comes far too late. Again and again. Shay often seems to take the burden of trying to put out a public statement far too late. Juke was in jail. I don't know if he still is. Yeah, too little, too late. 100%. How long am I planning to stream? I have no idea. I just kind of threw this up and feels so bad for Petrify when Juke got exposed. I mean, look. I don't want to bring up old drama. I will say that I did not feel as bad as you did. I'll leave it at that. Juke is 6 foot. He's not 6'4". But that is funny. That is funny though. No. That old drama, while wrong, I don't think belongs in this conversation. I don't have beef with Petrify. I am saying that's funny, man. I don't have direct beef with Petrify. I don't know how to say this without causing issues. I'll just leave it there. I'll just leave it there. Yeah. They need words followed by immediate action is what they need. I forget if there was a statement released publicly for Juke. I forget. Yeah, but again, Camille, this is why you guys are asking Shay to make a response. Where were the admins? Where were the admins to make a real response? The people who are supposed to be first in line for that. Where were they? responsibility still falls onto the developers, but once again, there was in the Discord. What do you mean? First set issues. Well, my main point was that there's literally no admins online. Oh yeah, because they're so busy for their volunteer position. Wah. Like, come on, dude. Nothing has ever made me more mad, bro. Nothing has ever made me more annoyed than every single time an admin's needed. They go, oh, they're so busy. Shut up. Shut up. Nobody cares. AJ, I'm pretty sure, yeah. No, they still haven't taken responsibility. They still haven't. So who cares? Again, it's a joke. It's a joke. There was a public statement on Juke in the Discord? Okay. I don't remember what it was. I'm sure it wasn't the best, but. How do you think this affect the next game Stylis was planning on making? Well, they're doing that zombies game right now. Again, yeah. When is the last time Dev did anything? I don't even know what she does at this point. So who knows? There's two statements. Marcel, relax. There is two statements that have been said. I don't think either of them were great. I think Axis at least made the first steps of taking responsibility. I don't think Lito's statement took responsibility in the way that it should have, like we talked about. I think the tone of his response was defensive rather than focused on accountability and how to move forward. Brother, you know how far I got to walk to go get him a treat? I'd have to put down the headphones and everything. Core got shelved. They're working on that like zombie game right now. But Axis didn't do anything to turn himself in. Like if you're talking about like legal charges, that's not what went on. Axis made really, for the most part, really crappy jokes and let his personal life that like I don't know how to explain it best. He was wrong, period. But like nothing like legality wise, I don't think. Like, yeah. The Juke second chance thing was okay. I could speak on this since this was personal conversations that I have, but I will only speak very minimally on it out of respect. Not for the developers here, but for other people involved. When Juke was initially exposed and started to be removed from communities, I was made aware of it through some of the communities he was removed from. I am personally aware that some of the leadership in those other communities reached out and were willing to provide evidence and things like that as to why Juke was removed. Juke not being removed immediately from the PF community as well was a major, major failure. There should not have been a second chance in discussion. No matter what, I forget what the initial proof was. It obviously wasn't the full story. No matter what came out initially about Juke, it was enough for him to not be involved in any Roblox community or any child-focused community, period. It was a major failure. But again, Axis at least took some responsibility for that. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't fix what happened, but he at least took some form of responsibility for that. And that's more than others have so far. DM's thoughts? Let me see. So Tyler, that's a weird one to me, to an extent. Primarily because what you're doing outside of it, like if that was in a fully private channel and then got exposed, I fully get, like, yeah, he needs to be removed. I get that. But like if that were to stay fully private and like it's all with, you know, like consenting situation and whatnot, what he does outside of it, not really our business to an extent. I get what you're saying. And obviously it has been exposed. It becomes a weird area to discuss. That's a semi-public server, then yes, 100% agree. I'm not going to summarize it because there's already like 12 videos about all this. Yeah, look, that's the issue, bro, is that full responsibility still doesn't feel as though it's been taken, and hopefully whatever statement comes next hits that a lot more direct. That's the hope. I don't know why it like started to play that and then didn't. Thanks for being informed and still being here after so many years. Been in and out of the community since 2018. Glad to see some old faces. Quinn, I appreciate the donation, man. Thank you so much. I'm not trying to necessarily be the informer on it, more just bring a more level-headed view to some of these things, but you know, I appreciate that. Thank you. What's popping? Low gangers, Jesus Christ. Phantom, I don't know if covering up is the right word. They're definitely on full damage control. But yeah, a lot more responsibility needs to take. Yeah, 9, good luck on that, pal. Who gave them the second chances? People are involved basically gave themselves a pass. It's all kind of messed up when the community here doesn't. It's up to them. Axis was the one at first who gave that second chance, I believe. And again, he has taken responsibility for that. And admitted that was a clear failure in his part. Again, it doesn't change it. We can't change history, right? Can't change that. But yeah, it's, you know what I mean? Am I still going to play the game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this point. Should make a video given how loud your voice is in the community. This stream is enough, man. Again, you could say I'm view farming it because the stream, but I could upload a video and pull, you know, 50,000 views on it if I wanted to. I don't. My goal isn't to add fuel to this fire. I'm kind of just trying to clear certain things up. Because commenting on videos and stuff, you're obviously not getting like one-to-one direct feedback on thing. And I don't know the full story of all things involved, and I feel as though I'm being very clear about that when situations arise. If there's stuff that I'm not 100% sure on, I'll just flat out say it. I'm just trying to give people the opportunity to have a one-to-one direct feedback when they ask a question. And if it's something that I can answer in a way that I can be accountable for, sure. If I cannot, then I feel as though it's not appropriate for me to do that. Stylis, not a game dev studio, they're a corporation. Any controversy that comes up will be covered up first and then dealt with if that doesn't work. Sure, they're a business at the end of the day. And businesses, no matter what, will go for damage control first. Period. That's not a surprise to me at all. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Anything that comes out, any corporation, any person of public facing, any big group, the first and foremost will be damage control. Next will be addressing. Third will be action. They're still in the process of addressing. Correct. The apology will mean nothing unless they go ahead and have action. 9, please stop spamming, man. Like, I'm going to purposely ignore you at this point. The action is what will actually cause people to give any sort of trust to things. And, you know, obviously we can all hope for the best, but we'll see what happens. I don't think Roblox is going to step in because it's an off-platform thing. And they tend to not really get involved in that. Bro saw it trending and wanted to milk it. That's insane. I could upload a video on this and go pull 50 to 100,000 views. I don't think I'm really milking this as much as you'd like to convince yourself. Yeah, like the game is going to stay the same. Because most of the players are casual and they're not involved in this way. They're not going to see any of this. Yeah, milks. I mean, we were up to like 400 and something viewers at one point, but again, it is what it is. Again, if I want to milk this drama, I'll go upload 30 videos where I'll actually make like money off of this rather than chilling on a stream. Outside of people like donating to see their message, I don't make money off of this really, so I don't care. Yeah, most people aren't going to be aware of what's going on, so that's not going to change too much. Black Cat, I do okay without having to milk some stuff for views right now. Appreciate it though. Think it's spreading beyond just active community people. Every PF lobby I join is people talking in chat about it. Yeah, but like people talking in chat versus people who are actually going to still be involved in trying to like care about this drama in a week or two. You know, a different majority of people. I'm hoping the drama lasts long enough for change. I'm hoping that lasts. No, I wouldn't say they were trying to cover solely because of income. I think that's incorrect. Look, if the developers, they have such a long history of, you know, development, they could do other things for money. They've made good money off of PF for many years. I'm sure they have savings built up, and while the money is still good, I don't know if they need it right this minute, right? I don't think any of them are necessarily living paycheck to paycheck. You know, there's obviously a vested interest in protecting their assets, sure, but I don't know what I'll be doing with used to stuff. Like I barely upload anyways. I work and everything, and you know, I just relax. YouTube is just whenever I feel like getting involved. There's no choice but for change to happen at this point, or else people will continue to push this, as they should. So I think they are officially backed into the corner that they needed to be backed into long ago. Yeah. I also just realized I've been sitting on this. Not. I've been sitting on that camera the whole time, even though like half of it doesn't work. Whatever. Yeah, no, I think they're finally backed into the corner where they needed to be this entire time. Oh yeah, they've millions. Yeah, they've made millions of dollars off the game. Obviously split amongst developers and everything, but yeah. Kind of character critique sounding access primary message. So Aaron, the character critique is required because of where it was done. My opinion on this will not change. Sorry for flashbanging you. My opinion on this will not change. And again, this is the most professional way I can put this, is that what Axis said and did was bad. In the specifics of the comments that he wrote on Discord, where it was done, and again, you don't need to agree with what was said. If it was said with joking intentions, huge thing. If it was said with joking intention, you don't need to agree with what we said. It's where it was said. You don't go to a comedy show and be upset that some comedian said something similar. Comedians say crazy things like that and worse than that all the time. You don't go to a comedy show and be upset. But a Roblox Discord server is not a comedy show. There is absolutely responsibility in where it was said. But he's not the label that people are giving him. He is not some dangerous person based on those comments. He is wrong. And everything that Strider pointed out, he is in fact wrong. But he's not the label that people are giving him. Yeah, everything I'm responding to is here. Nine, I already told you. You were sitting here spamming the whole say hi to me thing. Yeah, Ben, that's actually the exact example I gave. Is that like military veterans joke about their time in the military over like gruesome things. Gruesome things. You don't need to like it, but how people joke is all going to be subjective. And you don't need to agree with it. You don't need to like it at all, but it is subjective whether you like it or not. But the area you say, like if you were a military person, you go to an elementary school classroom and say that, obviously we're not right. Obviously it's the wrong place for that. But if you're in a private conversation with your friends who understand it's a joke, it's a completely different environment. And again, you can be upset about it. You could be, annoyed. You can not agree with it. That's fine. He's still wrong, but it's not the label that you guys are giving him. The attention ticket is kind of crazy. Yeah, exactly. You're 100% right. Like, look at, like, again, edgy jokes have their time and place. Roblox Discord's not it. And obviously, I'm discussing just the comments there. Quangle, I'm not disagreeing with you, but it is subjective and that needs to be viewed from a certain point. But he is 100% wrong for where it was said. I'm not going to make a follow-up video. Again, I don't care to add fuel to the fire more than like a lot of people have seen this. We've had 5,000 views on this. If I upload a video, it's going to pull 20, 50, 100,000 as well. I don't need to add fuel to the fire. The information's already out there. I'm doing this so people can ask questions or clarify certain things kind of one-on-one directly. Yeah, again, where he said it is the issue by far. Don't need to agree with it, but where he said it is hugely problematic. Hold on. What was Peter? What was the explanation? Oh, yeah, it's Strider's video. Sorry about that. Do you think all the drama and long-term effect it will have, do you think they will reopen the server to chats? Yes. If their goal is to keep the Discord open, it will eventually reopen. But it's going to take a little bit of time. Yeah. Coda, you're 100% right. I agree. It covers the generality. It covers certain things, but it does not fully hit everything. Have I ever talked about this before, and why not? Super publicly? No. I've kind of explained this on a few of these points. Is that as someone with an audience, I hate saying YouTuber, but as someone who has an audience, there's a level of responsibility in the things that you say and the things that you do. So publicly exposing things usually isn't my category of YouTube. I turn on a recording and I yap about stupid guns, right? Like I'm no saint in this community. I just yap. I was good at the game and I yap, plain and simple. Going through it though, there's a level of responsibility when you have an audience and how you say things and how you handle things, and certain things I don't want to take on that responsibility, especially when I'm not 100% on some of it. So that's that. Jokes are not views, opinions. General edge can fade off over a longer period of time as people grow up and recognize things that are unacceptable. End of the day, as one amended. Aaron, that's probably the most appropriate response to this so far. But in this sense that, it was just wrong, period. You know what I mean? It'll just be wrong. But yes, times do change. People grow up, people mature, and people say things that, dude, myself, I grew up on the internet. I've absolutely said things that most people wouldn't agree with. Have I said them in a Roblox public Discord server? Probably not. No. But like privately with friends, yeah. But again, all of my friends in that group understand that it's a joke and they say crazy things right back at me. So it all depends. I'm not joining the Bring PF Down Discord server now. No. Look, at the end of the day, I'm talking about this because obviously I've been heavily involved with the community for years, not as involved over the past few years. But like, I'm old, man. I'm unk. I'm not here to I'm not dedicating every moment of my life for the next 2 weeks boycotting this Roblox game. No, I'll talk about it because I feel as though I can offer some insight to certain things, but no, I'm not going full into it. Bojangles is pretty dope. It's actually really good. Yeah. Look, dude, I've coded the same way. And most people, if you're being honest with yourself, most people say some crazy stuff when you're in the privacy. Oh, and there goes my Chrome crashing again. When you're in the privacy of certain friend groups and stuff, you say some crazy things that most people wouldn't agree with. Whatever. And I can admit they're weird, or I can admit they're bad. Who's Bojangles? Bojangles is a fast food place. But again, it's like whatever. Am I in my prime? No. For gaming, absolutely not, bro. I'm washed up as could be. I am as washed as could be nowadays. Hold on. I need to respond to something. New Year's resolution? I'm trying to drop another like 20 pounds right now. Quick TLDR, it's all the people talking to minors exposed video by Strider that went out. Yeah, I'm old now, bro. I'm 25. I'm old. You at that place where you could log into a game, top a leaderboard, log off because it isn't fun? Not because it's not fun. Like, yeah, I still do good on games. I'm still good at games. I'm just nowhere near as good as I once was. The developers of Phantom Forces absolutely still make good money. Yes. GS4? No, I have not. You look mad skinny. What do you need to drop pounds for? I'm not all that skinny. My face still lots of fat on my face. I've had skin removal on my chest and my stomach, so that's a lot more, uniform than the rest of my body. My legs still have a lot of fat, but really the chunky face and then like my legs and overall just getting fat. No, Zeregus, the primary things with the developers, Axis said and did some dumb stuff, but no, directly with Shay, outside of just not being involved enough to properly handle things. No. Oh no, I'm good on dropping weight and everything. When I bought this house, I dropped another 40 pounds. I got back up to 240 last year when I was living in Florida with my ex and everything. Then I moved back home to Jersey in between like April of last year or 2 years ago. Wow, it's been 2 years. Yeah. 2023, I was back up to 240. April of last year is when I officially decided to start losing weight. And then between like April and October-ish, April and September, I dropped 40 pounds. Then I went between like 200 to 210 for a little while, and now I weigh, this morning I was 194. So yeah, we broke up like 8 months ago now. Back in April, May of last year. 3 weeks of only drinking water? That's awesome. Yeah, dude, getting off of soda is tough. I haven't had soda since my weight loss surgery, like, what is it now? 8 years ago. But oh my God, dude, I would kill for some soda. Kill for it. Yeah, no, like my legs are still really fat. How tall am I? Like 5'10". My legs are still really fat, but like my upper body, like I said, I had a lot of skin removal surgery and everything, so it's a lot more toned down. How am I still drinking? Dude, it's just water. It's like melted ice at this point. Have you even lychee or lychee, however you pronounce that? No. No, Coda. Despite losing over 100 pounds, my friends still actively remind me that I'm fat. So the cat does not look like me, but I'm reminded of it every day. Ooh. Sorry, I had my back doors blinds were open. I'm sweating. Did I play SCP Secret Lab? No. Big in caffeine? No, not at all. I weigh 194 this morning, which is the lowest I've been in like 2.5. No, it's the lowest I've been in like 4 years, actually. I am on finasteride, actually, which has helped a lot. The shedding of my hair has gone down dramatically, but the thinning is still there. Like the sides of my hair, not terrible. Like obviously, like where my headphones are pushing, but like, hold on. I'm trying to like figure out where I am camera wise. Like this is all still grown, the sides of my hair. It's mostly the top of my hair. But I am on finasteride. Yeah. Battleground games on Roblox? I've tried some. Yeah, depending on like which ones you throw out. Yeah. Aaron, dude, Aaron, every single day for the last like 10 years, my friends have called me fat. Not just one, the entire friend group. It is until very recently that the fat jokes have slowed down a smidge. A tiny bit. They're still there though. I do not have money to go to Turkey and get a hair transplant right now. If Stylis created a community manager team, what would you expect them to do? Be a lot better at putting out statements. Be a lot better at managing the public statements of moderators. Be a lot better. Just really, they should be damage control when issues like this happen, big things. That team should be able to appropriately handle when these situations come up, because in the past they've not. They need to be much more reactive and much more proactive in these situations. There should be some sort of conduct ready. There should be some sort of statement ready. For example, someone said something. Oh wait, no, that's leaking. I can't say that. I will say there wasn't a post and announcement as to why the Discord was locked down, leading to a lot more questions and a lot more issues to come. A very simple, hey, serious allegations have been made. Us as a staff team are aware and looking into it. The development team has been pulled in to oversee this investigation. We apologize, but due to these allegations, people have come in very aggressively and are making threats to our team. At this time, we'll be locking down the server until we can have some sort of plan in action and we can ensure that our members are not being threatened unnecessarily. Something simple. You give just enough to make people understand why it's happening without exposing the full situation. But they didn't. I don't have much of a dent, but I mean, it's a little bit. It's there. Eight foot's all Eminem. That's a funny way to put it. Oh, I'm sorry. Someone asked how I make money. I work full time. Bro's a PhD in corporate speak. No, I don't know. I don't find like professional speaking to be that difficult personally. But I also like I don't know. I guess it helps that I'm in a career point where like I actively talk to management or executives or directors, and you need to have a level of professionality in those conversations. I build scheduling systems for a healthcare system. So like when you go to get scheduled, everything in the system that goes into scheduling is my job. My primary focus currently is online scheduling. So like patient portal stuff. I'm not getting a low taper fade. I hate you guys. They might have said something about why the Discord shut down, but the announcement was not sufficient. When is the name change from God status song status? It's basically already there, man. It kind of already exists. I mean, Mooncaster, I understand what you're saying. While not fully true, I get the sentiment of your comment. Send more videos of my Camaro? I don't have a ton. And it's hard for me to send videos without like showing my location sometimes. Yeah, communication and transparency has always been the biggest issue in Stylis, from devs to the staff team. Closed because management is making changes. Yeah, that is awful. That is the worst statement you could have put out. All that did was create like questions. It did nothing. Nothing. Like that literally did not help in the slightest. That is the worst way they could have gone about that. Yeah. Okay, so you said it. That was the one that I was going to reference. And I was like, oh, I don't know if it was actually posted, so I didn't want to say it. Yeah, that was a terrible announcement. And whose idea was that? Who was in charge of making that statement? Like, that is the level of like, dude, I would expect the, you know, like the 18-year-old, like this, not even, I don't even feel like 18-year-old me would say something so simple. Like, I would expect a teenager to make that statement. Like, they don't know what to say. Like, oh, let me just post something real quick. Like, there's no professionality behind that. There's no sort of resolution or damage control or anything. Nothing at all. Their statement was, it's closed because management is making changes. They didn't address that there's a serious issue at hand. They didn't address that they are looking into it. They didn't address that there is a real reason that things are being changed. Again, all you needed to say, serious allegations. People are using these allegations as a reason to harass people. People are using these allegations as a reason to send death threats. At this time, we need to seriously investigate. We need to make a plan of action. And once we have the ability to make that plan of action, we will open the floor for discussion again. Period. Period. The confidentiality policy in Stylis is awful. Always has been. Even back 6 years ago when I was a mod for the team, terrible. Terrible. You guys hold it down like Fort Knox over the stupidest of things. Respectfully. Stupid. Stupid reasons. It should not be as locked down as it is. It absolutely could be a downfall for them in public view. The game will continue to have players. Most people won't really care. Not that they won't care, they just won't even know about this. They're, you know, they just log into Roblox. But as far as like public relations, yeah, this is a major thing. How much was the Camaro? I paid last year, way too much. All warranties, taxes, everything was 48,000 out the door. I owe like 40 grand on it right now, 41,000. Which again, I paid way too much, but cars were more expensive. Or this was a year and a half ago. I bought it in August of 2023. I do not play BRM5. I have a 2SS. Yeah. Yeah, Moon. I mean, look, we, myself included, have told people that they need to make a lot of changes. They just don't. They don't listen. But that's mostly the developers not being involved. And again, the admin team just sucking. Plain and simple. Woven, Webs. We talked like every other day, dude. Shut up. That's a crazy statement, Zeregus. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, the subreddit was honestly a really crappy place most of the time. No. I don't necessarily think egos could have been the issue. I think primarily it was incompetency. Lack of experience would be my two words, or like my two phrases there. Incompetency and lack of experience. Half the mods are resigned, demoted, retired, etc. Yeah, but took too long. And some of them still are staff and shouldn't be, but whatever. Yeah, the Blizzard map. Yeah, that had to go. Yeah, but not knowing how to move forward. Dude, it's not like a bomb went off, man. Like, I mean, sort of. But it's not like you're dealing with like loss of life. Like, it's a serious situation, but it's not that hard. I personally don't feel as though it's not that hard to have made better attempts at this. Better attempts. There's no perfect way to handle it, there's no perfect way to make a statement, but there's much better than what has been done. What I have to drink in my fridge, there is some watermelon juice thing that my mom left when she visited. There is water and there is brisk iced tea. That's it. Zaregas context didn't matter for some of it. The video was rushed to an extent, though. Yes. But it was mostly rushed because someone dropped a video like the day prior. Also kind of rushed, but water in the fridge, you mean ice? I mean, sort of. Yeah, sure. Tempo, I unfortunately, I do agree. And I touched on this before that I feel as though some of Lito's responses to things have been self-focused. They have been not as, the statements don't have the urgency or the extremeness that they've needed to. Is how I personally feel about some of the statements that have been made. No, I don't drink. Like I don't try to drink much calories. Like usually if I go get fast food or something, I don't get a drink. I was just lazy today. Like this is, I've had 2 chicken strips, some fries, and like half a biscuit, and then like this drink. That's all I've eaten today. So like 800 calories ish. And I usually only eat right now like 1,000 to 1,500. So. No. Axis being in that video, the things that were shown, for the most part, were good to be in that video. They fit for that video. So I will say that they had a place there, but not the most. I can't drink soda. I had weight loss surgery, so I can't drink anything that's carbonated at all. Is that tidal wave? No. Game terminated and players refunded. That's not how these things work. Yeah, I mean, diets are very, that's why I don't diet. Yeah, I can't drink anything carbonated, period. The carbonation causes my stomach to swell. And my stomach is still like barely above the size of a banana. So if I drink carbonation, like carbonated beverages, it swells in my stomach and causes a lot of pain. So I can't drink it. No, that is not at all how these things work. You're vastly uneducated on this. That is not at all how this situation goes. Certain things are true. Certain things contextually are true. Certain things are interpreted. So I had the weight loss surgery 7 years ago. July 3rd, 2018 is when I had the weight loss surgery. So I've had 1 sip of soda in the last like 8 years because I picked up fast food for my brother and I, and his soda was spilling in my car. So like I quickly like sipped what was on top of his lid, and that was it. So that's the only soda I've had in the last 8 years. I had gastric sleeve. Some people can drink carbonation. I don't even want to know if I can drink soda now. I don't want to know. I don't want to find out. I've stopped drinking Gatorade basically as a whole. Like the only calorie drink that I have is like if I go to a fast food place, like sometimes I'll get a lemonade or something, but it's either water or brisk. That's all I drink. Yeah, that's surgery July 3rd, 2018. Does my dog shit? Like 3 of himself every single day. I have to vacuum like 6 times a week. It's miserable. Strider made the video that's probably most worth watching. My height surgery? Brother. If I stand on my money, I'm at least like 5'10" and a quarter, all right? So like just a little bit. It's a shame that Stylis, such talented developers, managed to be this neglectful. Yeah. Yeah, that's the real thing, man, is that look, I don't agree with a lot of the things that they've done like game-wise and stuff. It's just I wish it didn't have to come to this point, but way out of our control. Forehead surgery? What is this, a Cook Chris session? For what? Literally for what? What did I do? Alpha gal syndrome. Jesus. No, Sue. I'm very fortunate in life. But I don't have like cash on hand like I used to. Clearly, I technically, I am over $400,000 in debt. You're right. I am over $400,000 in debt. So standing on my money, quite small. No, this cannot be ignored. There needs to be some sort of more acknowledgement and action taken. Oh, you're talking about you mean Lyme's disease? Isn't that what Lyme's disease does? Makes you allergic to red meat? Most of my debt is all my debt is my car and my mortgage. That's all. My car and my house is the debt. Yeah, Coda, 100%. You're absolutely not wrong, man. There's more. Do you think PF needs to change? I mean, the gameplay isn't even something that I'm thinking about right now, truthfully. To actually put effort into this. The only thing I say is I can hope. I can hope, man. I can hope. You know, their apologies aren't AI generated, I will say. They are not. But we can just hope. That's where we're at. Best PF player I've ever played against? Oscar, Luminary, No Prej, or like all the people back when I played. No, I don't have any current investments because I've spent a lot of money on house and car. So I've not watched the Solitude video. Would I fire Axis? I'm not sure. I would have to really think about that. Strider just uploaded new stuff. Oh. I knew it was coming, but oh, there's nothing. I don't see a video. Hello? No, I won't be doing a reaction to it. I'll probably wrap up stream here soon, but wait, I appreciate you. As long as somebody ate the pizza. Somebody's sorry, just a minute. What's the reason that I'm no longer a mod for Stylis? I deleted that Discord account way back then when I was because of some personal stuff going on. Why not do a reaction to it? Because A, I don't know what's in the video and I don't want to like blindly go into stuff. Not that I think he has anything in there that I couldn't show. B, I just don't feel like yapping for much longer. It's been 3 hours. So yeah, I don't. I'll always have a place that cares about PF, right? Like it was a big part for me. You know, I put a lot of time into the game, a lot of time into YouTube stuff. It'll always have a part for me. But clearly I'm not as involved as I once was. But I feel like I have no choice but to be a little bit involved right now. I've spoken to all of the developers at least once. All of them privately, probably except for Lido. I don't think Lido and I have ever really spoke privately. I've spoken to Axis and Shay probably the most. Lido, I don't think I've ever spoken to privately. And that's really it. If you're throwing like Raspy in there, which Raspy's not involved in this situation at all. But Raspy is, I guess, like he's contractor, but like developer. Raspy's not involved at all, period. Raspy's a really good guy though. Really good guy. I'm not ginger. I know my hair looks like it from the sun, but it's brown. My hair is definitely brown. Do I take bribes? No. Like I said, I've been yapping for 3 hours, man. I'm getting tired of talking. Remember grinding this in 6th grade after school with friends. Now I'm in college. Come back to see what's up. Yeah. I started playing this my senior year of high school. No. Yeah, no. My junior year of high school. I was playing this. So it's been quite a while. You have nice eyes? Thank you. Thank you. How much of an effect do you think will have an effect on the content creators? A lot. It's gonna have quite a bit of an effect. I'm definitely not ginger. My hair is very brown. Raspy is a dev that's very active and stuff. Yeah. Raspy, I won't say specifically because I feel as though he probably wouldn't care for it to be out there. Raspy has personally helped me with a few things and has refused any sort of payment or compensation for it. I'll leave it at that. But Raspy has personally helped me multiple times with things. Brother, I'm not ginger. I'm most definitely not. I'm getting cooked for no reason. Does that look ginger? Pretty sure that's brown, team. Can I file for disability for being ginger? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. I won't lie. That's ginger now. Thank you. Thank you, team. You guys are all useless to me. Bro only got one DM, no host. Man. You're not wrong. You're just mean. You're not wrong. In fairness, hear me out. I'm not actively looking. In fairness, I'm not actively looking. I'm not developing my own game. No. I don't even got a DM. The DM is from like my friend sending me Instagram reels. I already know what it is. Like it's not anyone like special reaching out to me. I'm going to open it, probably not watch it, and close the DM. Oh, well, okay. True, I agree with like most of that statement.
Low-key mogging in that photo.
Low-key, just a little bit jungle evil, low-key. And are you going bald, brother? Please fix that. No, my hair is thinning. So naturally predisposed, like genetically, to hair thinning and whatnot. But I take testosterone, prescribed testosterone, which accelerates that hair thinning. So, do I have a workout routine? Yeah, I work out usually like 4 or 5 days a week right now. Not watching the reels, dude. No, you got to understand when you have 2 or 3 friends that send you like 5 to 10 reels a day. I don't got time, bro. I don't got time. I don't know if I'd consider testosterone because I had low testosterone roids, but close enough. Close enough. Yeah, but the PF is a really, you know, all the issues aside, it well developed, way past its time. It's like a cancer from that thin hair. Crazy. Crazy. That's so funny. Yeah, like it's a side job to watch his reels, bro. Absolutely. I'm not, so I was doing minoxidil for a little bit, but I take finasteride. I've prescribed finasteride, so I just use that currently. Yeah, bro, like that's too much. No, I do not bench 300. But I am pretty proud of the progress I've made. Yeah, I know. My blinds are kicking me. What's called? No, I'm proud of the progress I've made. Because I was really weak. Like I had something years ago when like I was in the hospital for a while. I lost all my muscle, never really put it back on. But over like the last 5 months, I feel as though I made decent progress. I have to do incline for anything bench. I have an issue where if I lay down, I get really nauseous. I get really dizzy. I feel terrible. I can't lay flat, and especially lifting. But I'm currently cutting weight again, and I'm still able to incline press 50s for like 5x5, which I'm pretty happy with that. Oh my God, it's Justin. Jesus Christ. But inclining 50-pound dumbbells, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I'm pretty proud. No, I usually sleep on my back, but like I stack 2 or 3 pillows. So when is the bulk? I gotta lose a lot more weight before I actually want to like bulk in any way. I want to drop down to like 175, 180 ish, and then I'll go back to worrying about like a muscle building phase again. But I'm pretty happy so far. Transparent make an apology video with face cams? I don't think that's necessary. That probably is title, yeah. How many kilograms is 50 pounds? Probably not as impressive, that's for sure. Not that it was super impressive to begin with, but that's like 23 kilograms, 22 and a half. I've never broken a bone. Do you think Strider's ban was justified? Because he encouraged people to go to the Discord and kind of cause a fuss. Kind of, yeah. If that is actually why they banned, kind of, yeah. You know, I'm pretty proud of that. I played sports when I was much younger. Like growing up, I played baseball, basketball, and football. But no, like after like middle school and stuff time, no. Thoughts on plastic surgery? I mean, technically, I've had a lot of plastic surgery. I had 4, I guess you can call it 4 things done. My entire chest, my entire waistline, and my upper back, I had all skin removal on, which is plastic surgery. So, why are plastic frames? I'm getting a new one. I think these are plastic. I would assume so. I don't know. I keep the same glasses for years. Like I got these 4 years ago. So you had Botox? No. The New Jersey varsity hot dogging. Come on, man. If I was, I'd brag about it. But Naruto, it's different. I'm not ripped. I am very proud of where I'm at. But I'm not ripped by any means. No. I'm proud of where I've gotten to though. The occasional little veins popping out. I'm not taking my shirt off or anything, but I'm pretty proud of where I'm at. The occasional like forearm vein I can get going out. Veins in the hand have started to pop a little bit more. Definition into like the shoulders and everything. I'm happy with it. Bro, the flex is not anything special, man. The unpumped like long sleeve flex is not getting me anywhere. But if I do like a double bicep pose, like the lats pop out a little bit now. Like it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. The Sigma edits. Dude, I don't know. I don't think that's declothe and flex. That is so demanding. Treating me like an object. That's crazy. The Dark Truth of Phantom Forces video by Strider. That's what we've been talking about the whole time. Tempo, I mean, I feel pretty confident that I can get myself into a relationship right now if I wanted to. Like I'm obviously a lot more confident than I've ever been, but I'm just not actively looking for anything. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hold on. Hold on. I'm responding to a Snapchat. Give me a second. Okay. Spino type ripped. Dude, if I can ever get abs or something, I'm going to be so annoying. Do you know how proud of that I'll be? What this stream about? We were talking about all the recent like exposed videos and everything. You know, I don't go out like at all. So I'm not actively looking. Do you think I'll change the focus of my videos? I don't know what I mean, my channel is just kind of dead in the water anyways. So like I just kind of chill. Watch the Solitude video. Find it really stupid. I'll probably watch it later. Texting the HUDs. I hate you guys. How do I feel after this whole exposure? It's a long time coming. It's a long time coming. Everyone can get abs. You got to cut a lot of body weight, but yeah, it's possible. Do I know who Spino was? How ripped dude was? No. I'm planning on growing facial hair. So I grow it out some, just not much. Like I can't fully grow it. Like I just buzzed it off the other day. You can kind of see it's growing back. I can't grow like a full beard. So yeah. If I could grow a full beard, I would. RuneScape exists? Nah, I'm on a RuneScape break again. Hope commit gets fired. He says way too much about Skibbity Toilet. Just get him out. That's crazy. Oh, I might know who you're talking about. I might. Shave every other day? I would just be annoyed, man. That would just irritate me. No, like I buzz off my facial hair like once a month or something. Like I don't know. But again, I sit at home. I work from home. I work out. I hang out with my dog, and I play games right now. Like I'm living as basic of a life and just focusing on myself right now. There's nothing else to it. Been live for 3 hours. I haven't done a stream this long in like 5 years. Still trying to get an epic cert? Do I know you, Nathan? Or are you aware that like that's what I do for work? Since I stopped rating on the Stylis Discord. That's insane. I haven't done legs in a while. I work out at home currently. I don't know, a few 100 pounds way back in the day, but I work out at home currently. So, oh, okay. I was like, ooh, yeah. Did I watch Squid Game season 2? No, I've been meaning to watch some more TV. I just haven't gotten around to it. But such is life. Such is life. Yeah, Justin, you were problematic one, man. Put it simply. Problematic little dude. Do I live alone? Yeah. Yep. Just me here. Did anything crucial happen while you were gone? No. I'm watching. I see you. Yeah, you could have got me, man. Because there's a few people that like IRL would potentially know of my YouTube, or like if my brother mentioned it to them or something. But Huzless for real, man. I got out of like a 7-year long relationship, man. Give me some time. Give me some time. You're on my closet? That would put you in the attic, and you could stay up there. I mean, I don't go up there anyways. Redfall, what's up, man? Did we end on good terms? Nope. Nuclear fallout. Nope. No. A lot of things just re-brought up about how people who were talking to children were not like banned or handled in the right way and things like that. Whole thing's wild. Sure is, Sean. Sure is. God dang right. Can we rent your attic for a stylist office? I mean, I have 3 spare bedrooms. I think a stylist office. I think you guys want AC or heat. Maybe. You can get certified in Epic from anywhere. Your company just has to pay for it. A Wikipedia article? That'd be tough. Wait, if you want to come pay rent, have at it, bro. Another one was exposed? Bomb, where are you seeing that at? Take a burn with no AC. Dude, it gets so hot. So hot. I mean, I live in a little bit more south, so that explains, but yeah, so Epic, the main Epic campus is in Wisconsin. You can go on site to be certified. They have online classes, but I think they're getting rid of them. I've done all 4 of my certifications online. So I attended an online virtual class. Are my DMs open? Yes. Yep. What's up, man? Um, okay. Um, yeah, this is the 1000 XM4. Future Stylis PF, we kind of just have to wait and see. I don't think we have any like direct thing we can really go from there. What kind of keyboard? I have a Ducky 1-2 Mini. I can't. A 1-2 Mini RGB TKL. Sorry, trying to navigate my camera. And then the keycaps are HyperX pudding keycaps from Amazon. Like they're silent black switches, so you won't hear them. Oop, accidentally made my chat huge. Whoops. Does RGB improve gaming performance? Oh yeah, 100%. Do I read Berserk? Nah, never. Postmates. That's so funny. Wanted XM5s, but my financial status said otherwise. I get it, man. I mean, spending that much money on a headset it's a like a luxury purchase. You know what I mean? I totally get that. Loud switches, so when I'm on the mic, people understand that I'm gaming hard. I hate you. I hate you. That is so annoying to listen to, man. I've always liked streaming a lot more than I've ever liked making videos. Always. Like, not even close. Hey, buddy, nobody cares that your auntie is live, or your auntie. And advertising it in other people's chat does not help you. Hate to break it to you. You turn the RGB off because you started hating it? I mean, I never really noticed it. I don't have the lights on in my house much just because I don't care. Like, I don't mind sitting like in the dark with just my screens on. So it's kind of nice having some light. Stream feels pretty quiet and chill. I'm gonna be real. I mean, this is usually how most of my streams are, in fairness. Usually I'm just playing a game. But what have I thought about streaming on YouTube? You know, it's kind of difficult because if I'm playing a lot of other games, most of the time I play with my friends, and my friends cannot be on stream. My friends cannot be trusted on stream 99% of the time. So it's not like I can actively bring them around. Especially because I try not to curse on stream. Just because, like, I understand what my audience is. And, you know, I don't want to subject people to having to behave differently just because I'm streaming. You know what I mean? So. First impressions, GTA 6. Yeah, when I'm in my wheelchair in, like, a retirement home, maybe. Yeah, and it's also, you know, obviously how I behave with friends off stream is much different than you know, how I behave on stream. It's much more collected and, you know, kind of concise here. And I don't want to ruin like our generic fun because, oh, I want to stream a game. It doesn't matter that much to me. I'm already 25. That's the issue. I'm almost like 25 and a half right now. So, well, yeah, blackouts. It's more habit at this point. You know, obviously the audience has grown age wise as the years have gone on, but definitely not something that I'll really like change up too much currently. Biblically accurate angels. What a topic. No, that's nothing I've ever like looked into. So, but all right, team. It's been a little over 3 hours. I think we wrap it up. My voice is getting tired. I've yapped a lot. I think I've made a lot of the points that I've cared to make. So I appreciate y'all stopping by. I appreciate people like actually taking time to have a normal conversation on this rather than just jumping to conclusions on a lot of it. Because it's, you know, a very touchy subject for a lot of things. Bye, Gramps. Whatever, man. Whatever. What's that panting back there? That's my dog. Oh, painting? Wow. I don't know, just some random artwork that kind of fit the area. Way too small, but whatever. That's a problem for another day. Will I stream again soon? Maybe. Shoot, I don't know. We'll find out. But thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. I hope everyone does well. Hopefully we can get something done. Can I sell that? Dude, it was like $40 off of like Amazon or something. All right. Vocals for Corporate Week. See you later, boys. Peace out. Let me fix my camera before I. Okay.